The following program is hosted by immature, irreverent, obnoxious, and often disgusting young men. Listener discretion is advised.
This time on Nude Clan, we talk video game awards and new logo design for the new year.
Shall we play a game?
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Nude Clan, the video game podcast that, talks about video games. I'm your host, Caleb Schweiss.
Caleb Craig.
And Cameron.
And this week, guys, we're going to talk about the Video Game Awards. We're going to go into discussions about ideas for our new logo, because the end of the year is coming up, and we should probably give our artist friend some logo ideas to mess around with. I wish we would have done this before so we'd have, like, physical... votes for the logo, because that's something Cameron brought up. And
I was thinking really cool. At some point we can come up with different ideas and have you guys vote on which one you like the most, or even like maybe have it to where you guys can actually submit your own ideas, or if you wanted to draw it out as well, and we could have those voted on as well. Yeah, we could try to do that for the future. I mean, we'll have another year's worth of whatever we choose to go with today, but the Video Game Awards have happened. We have our Game of the Year. We have our everything under the sun of the year, so we can talk about that. But before we get into any of that, guys, what have you been playing this week, Greg? What have you been doing?
Let's see. This week I played Modern Warfare, and I think that's it.
Exclusively just a shooter.
Yeah.
Have you played it online or just
so un-Craig-like of you?
Well, actually, I think I played a little bit of Fallen Order on Sunday.
Oh.
But mostly, I think just Modern Warfare. Just because, I don't have much time before I go to work, so that's all I've been playing. And then with my working every Friday now, I haven't played on that. So, yeah, just some Fallen Order and then Modern Warfare this week.
Nice.
Yeah. And Modern Warfare is pretty great. Cam, you should get it.
I plan on it.
Good.
Yep.
There's a game mode in there I think you'd really like.
Oh.
It's called Gunfight.
Okay.
Basically, what it is, it's a 2v2.
Oh yeah.
And then
I probably would.
Everybody has one life, and they have different variations of it. But the main one is you get a random loadout.
Yeah. No, I've seen
2 rounds.
I've seen it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking fun.
Yeah, I probably would love to play that.
There's another variation that where all the weapons are on the walls, and you got to run up to it and grab it before other people can shoot you, but you can get your weapons. And that one's pretty sweet too.
I just want the gun
quite
game
a
to
few
come back.
Different,
or not gun game, or just one in the chamber as well.
I think they're planning on adding a bunch of game modes to it, because I thought they had added prop hunt, but I guess they haven't done that yet. I've heard I've heard rumors that they're going to, and a few other things.
Fucking prop hunt,
dude! I want prop hunt in there so bad.
Just cry laughing, being a tree inside a building,
dude. I just
hiding there.
So many different things too with that game. So I need it. I need prop hunt.
Yeah, with the new graphics.
Yeah.
Everything gets better with better graphics.
Yeah,
prop
dude.
hunt just sounds so exciting.
Dude, the amount of props that they could have too. It's
just the eclipses the original.
It's so good.
It'd be better if
getting
there was
a watermelon
wider...
on that one that one map where there's the watermelons on the.
But see, when
so
it's
good.
just one spot with watermelons, people go check it.
I know, but
And
still.
so that's the only problem with prop hunt, is that there's only X amount of props you could be, and then X amount of perfect hiding places for them, and so those are the places checked first.
Man,
Yeah.
the fucking like sheet metal thing that I got.
Yeah.
So it's just like fucking.
I've done that. I've done that too. There was that one time where, what was I? Was I like, was it a towel or something else? Where it's on that same map,
The beach map.
You just go all the way to the fucking edge where the fence is, and you can like clip some of your towel underneath the fence, and so people don't notice you. But then being a fucking piece of corrugated steel plating and just lean yourself up against a fence. Brilliant.
Like, especially where there's like other sections that are just that same thing.
It's just
like,
brilliant.
It's beautiful. Yeah. What you gotta say?
Yeah.
You want to talk? Yeah.
Very nice. Very first podcast.
Insightful.
Yeah. So deep. What about? Okay. Are they gonna? Did they say they're gonna add prop hunt?
I think so. I really hope they do at least. I don't know for sure, but that would be amazing if they did.
No, that would be pretty sweet.
Especially since I think they're going to follow the free DLC thing that everybody else has been doing. So they're going to get more maps and new game modes and weapons and things. So that'll be pretty great.
Yeah. All right. I'd be down.
Oh, they also have that Ground War cam that I think you'd like.
Yeah, it's like
it's a lot like
Battlefield.
Battlefield.
the Battlefield,
Have you played it
but
at all?
yeah.
No, I've played it before. It's been in
okay.
game mode forever.
Well, with the like 64 players, though?
No, I haven't played it like that.
I mean, didn't Halo
it's
try to
pretty
do
sweet.
something like that?
I don't know. Halo might have, but I don't know if they did it with that many players.
Okay. But anyways, I only played games a couple times this week, and it was just me and my friend Jacob, and we just played Battlefield. So, surprise there. But some controversy. They changed the time to kill again. People are angry about it because they're making it... basically just making it to where it's, more bullets are required to kill someone, and certain weapons they nerfed in the ground to where they're practically unusable and stuff like that. Everyone was angry because everyone liked where it was before, but then they just said they're going to have they just released a statement saying they're going to rework a lot of those weapons and kind of dial, turn it back up just a little bit. And then the 3 new maps they've added so far, like 3 new maps. Like the one bad thing about Battlefield this time around is just the lack of content and updates that were made to the game for so long. That just made the game stagnant and boring. But these 3 new maps in so close proximity to each other, it's great.
Well, hasn't Battlefield always kind of done that, though?
Not to this extent, no. This is the longest Battlefield. A game that's supposed to be a live service, they went so long without any updates to it.
I guess I haven't played 5, so I don't really know.
You should. You have it. But see, especially now that these 3 new maps are added, because I quite enjoy them. Pacific Storm, what's the other one? Iwo Jima. Like, those are great maps. I played the shit out of them when they came out. But now they just barely added Wake Island, and I fucking love it. It's such a well put together map.
Nice. Yeah, I don't know why. I just, ever since 1 ended for us, I just kind of given up on Battlefield.
Yeah, I mean, this was one that, like, I haven't really pushed you that hard to play it, just because it got boring. But right now, I'm having fun playing it. So now's
a good time.
Now is probably the better time to try it out, because these new maps are just designed so well, and they're getting more iconic weapons added to the game that are fun to play. So
very nice. So not much for both of you. I guess, Craig, you played a lot of that COD, though. So
I did, yeah.
All right, so I have played a ton of Death Stranding this week. I have I've decided that I'm going to put the building on the side and then focus more on actually finishing the story, because I've put like 50 hours into the game and I'm not done yet.
And we're planning to review it next week.
We haven't actually announced that, but...
I mean, you and I both playing it, it's pretty obvious.
Well, We don't have to review everything, Craig. That sounds like a Craig thing to say. It's like, we don't have to review it if both of us play it, dude.
Well, I for one, if two of us review a game,
if two of
we
us
should
play a
review
game,
it.
we should review it.
Just because it pads out our game
I
reviews,
agree.
which are our better episodes.
I agree.
Rather than grasping at straws and go, hey, what should we do today? No one thought about it.
Yeah, I don't know when we do that.
Also,
but
I do want to
theoretically,
record
it
an
would be-
episode in the future. Like, we're always recording the next week's episode instead of, we're not recording the episode like right away, because that gives us some leeway when plans get changed and stuff like that, where we have an episode in the bank, so no one has to like go fuck up their schedule for that day just to record.
Right, yeah.
Yeah,
Man, I missed that
It
patch
would
of
be
hair on the back of his head when it was like really dark. I know it's still there, but it's not dark anymore.
Yeah, the baby's skullet has gone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just Schweiss is just losing his hair. Just
Yeah, as he gets his, I lose mine. It's like a
I miss
trade-off.
that patch.
Transferring
I miss
it
that
now.
patch of hair that Schweiss used to have. Probably not as much as he misses it, but
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, shitload of Death Stranding, and then a little bit of Call of Duty. It's been fun to play a game with people.
Oh man, yeah, another game mode on there is Reinforce, and that one's really fucking.
all right,
fun, too.
I'll get it this week. But I'm also
No,
planning on
that's
getting Outer Worlds.
Yeah, Outer Worlds.
But
is
I
fun,
want
too.
to play Modern Warfare. I just
But so for
holidays are coming up, and I just chipping out tons of money
There's
for video
a-
games right now for full price. And
So there's a Game Awards sale on PSN right now, and I think both Modern Warfare and Outer Worlds are like around $40.
oh, okay. I kind of wanted to get one of them on the computer. Like, I have this nice computer now, and I hardly ever touch it just because I'm always on the PlayStation.
You could
Yeah.
get it. You could get Modern Warfare on the PC because there is cross-platform play
Right.
now.
Yeah, you could play it on there.
Would you? Because in order for me
Would
to play
I?
with you guys, no, would you let me play with you guys? Because in order for that to happen, you have to be open
You
to
just have to add
cross-platform.
us to your. We just have to add you as a friend via our
Right.
Activision.
But if you
accounts.
guys do that, then you'd be opening up your multiplayer matches to play with people on PC.
It's already set that way.
Okay.
It's already set to be crossplay. I've played with people on PC and on Xbox like already.
Scum.
Dude, we've done it the whole time. Every single game that we played on
you guys played with each
gun-
other online?
Yeah. All the games that we played in that gunfight was against PC players, dude.
Why didn't you
Every
tell
single
me you guys
one.
were
You were
online?
at work.
Oh, okay. You fuckers. You were-
Yeah, it's just during the day before I went to work and Schweiss had it off.
Yeah.
Fuckers.
Tomorrow, I don't have Schweiss and Johansson, so I mean, we could play a little in the morning.
Yeah, we could.
Because I'm going to go over to Alex's parents. I need to at least see their family.
I mean, I do
Once a
D&D,
year,
at in the late afternoon, evening. So
Wait,
in the
what,
morning
like
would work for me.
5-ish?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's when you go.
that's when I need to be there at least by. Yeah,
When do you leave?
because
Because I guess I can't.
4.
I guess I
I head down to their place at 4. So
are you punctual to that?
yeah, usually.
Oh, interesting.
I mean, because there's no set time to be there, and so I leave at 4, and I can be there.
Oh! So if there's no,
So there's no time limit,
The-
so that you're always on
they
time.
want everyone to be there
Yeah.
at 5, and so I leave around 4. I mean, because they start. They'll make food and stuff, and have food to be there like
Yeah.
at 4, and I don't show up in time for that. But
So does that mean you're technically late?
no, because just as long as you're at least there around 5, it's fine.
Well, I mean, if you're not there for like the first part of it, then
Yeah. Well, yeah. Then what's the point?
And I even left like
but yeah, you
a whole
should
bunch
get it so we
earlier
can
today,
play.
and I was still came at 10 minutes late.
It'd be fun. Anyway, Reinforce is a great game mode that I love, especially like on the night maps because you use your night vision,
Yeah,
and it's kind of like Domination where there's like 3 flag zones.
yeah,
Everybody gets like 1 life, and you have to like capture all the flags in order to win or kill the other team completely.
right,
And if you capture a flag, then the rest of your team gets revived if they've died,
right.
and it's pretty fucking fun. It's a 4v4 on that one.
Yeah, Caleb usually makes me play the 2v2, which I don't really like as much. But
Well,
it's
when it's just the 2 of us, like I like that game mode a lot.
I've always preferred team deathmatch in any of these games. It's always been like my
The bread and butter.
Yeah, kind of my go-to. I mean, the hard thing is that I also really enjoy. We didn't even look at. We didn't even look at the Discord for After Dark questions. By the way, oops. So enjoy what you get instead of those, if you can. But
call in. It's a show where you get to have your voice be heard.
Yeah, exactly.
Not read.
Yeah, we don't like reading your voice. I don't know. It's fun. I think you would have fun with it, Cameron. I think you'd like the COD because we haven't COD'd up for a while. And I told Craig the other day, I was like, man, I really need to be a dude bro again. You know, like I need to start lifting weights, lose weight, get in a great shape.
Meet Craig in the middle.
I can't. Craig is not willing to meet.
He can't
in
meet
the middle.
me in the middle if he's gonna be a dude bro.
Yeah, and I bought COD. My hat has slowly started to turn itself around automatically. Like I can't. It's not something you control. Like everyone thinks that you consciously put your hat on backwards, but you don't. It slowly moves until it's backwards.
Yeah.
By itself, based on Monster energy consumption and weightlifting and
you
Call
did
of
just
Duty
have
play.
2 monsters today.
I did, yeah.
Back to
I'm
back.
getting there. I'm coming back.
I've had 3 back to back.
I'm fucking going back to my roots, dude. It's gonna be great.
I mean, granted, they were all coffees, but still.
Yeah,
it's too bad we live too far apart.
I know, it's fucked up, and our schedules are so fucked. It's like sad. I'm actually sad now. It's taken about 2 years for me to be sad about the idea that we can never fucking hang out anymore.
Yeah,
pretty much.
And it's just like even etching out like 5 hours in a day, you know, to hang out / podcast is hard sometimes.
Yeah, then it's almost impossible.
And it's not like we can't just like, hey, I have a few hours, want to go hang out, just because 1, our schedules are so different, and 2, whenever you know I'm off work, he needs to sleep.
Yeah,
because all I want to do is go fucking shooting. I've been wanting to do that for so long.
I do want to go shooting.
Yeah, we should all plan.
I haven't shot my revolver in a long time.
Yeah, ever since you killed me that day.
Ever since.
That's so fucked.
Yeah, I know.
Brain matter all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah, so back to my reality argument. There's a reality where you did indeed die that day.
Exactly. Yeah, there's a strand where I was murdered by Craig. Accident. I guess it was manslaughtered.
Yeah.
That was another thing I listened to, like how much worse that we talked about the difference between manslaughter and murder, and like how much worse manslaughter sounds.
It does
even
sound
though
way
it's
worse.
less. Yeah, it's like accidental, but it's like you slaughtered him. You fucking strung him up by his ankles and you bled him dry.
It just sounds so much more gory.
Yeah, it does. So it would be probably manslaughter. I mean, although, it's like you pointed it at me.
He pointed it at you. And if they actually, like, at what point does that become murder?
Yeah.
Like,
and I think intent is a big part, and I mean, he probably would get off.
But who
on
would argue
manslaughter.
against his intent to, at that point it seemed pretty clear what the intent was.
Well, to fuck around, but I don't know if the intent was to kill me.
But who could argue against that if he actually did happen?
I don't know if anyone could really have a sound argument against it, yeah. That's
It's
just
not
a
like
reality.
Craig would be a great defense against that, too.
Yeah. Dude, I was just playing.
No, he'd get mad because people wouldn't believe him, and he'd just be like, well, you do what you...
Believe what you want, dude. Yeah. I don't know. We had to find that reality and see what resulted and see what happened. Like, what happened to Craig. Maybe it turned your life around. Maybe you're like a way better person in that reality.
But how long...
Nah.
What's the sentence for manslaughter?
After killing me.
Probably life.
You turned your life around. I don't know if it's life.
For manslaughter?
Yeah, it's accidental killing. We put
That's
a lot of...
accidental?
Yeah, manslaughter's accidental. I don't know if you shooting me would be considered accidental or not. That's the debate. But manslaughter is accidental murder. So, like, if you accidentally hit somebody with your car or something, intent plays a big role in our justice system, right? It's interesting, though, because someone still died either way, so it's really hard to draw the line between, like, well, I'm dead, so, like, fuck you, you know? Even if it was an accident, it doesn't change the pain, per se, so it's a difficult thing. But, yeah, we need to find that reality and see what became of you. Obviously, we know what became
Nothing,
of
because
me.
I would have died years before that when
So
Joe
actually, it's not
aimed
that
a
bad. Just
shotgun
look
at my
it
head.
So we're both dead. So
Yeah.
I'm alive still.
Yeah, I was preemptively killed.
Oh, same reality. That's fucked up.
So the base penalty for involuntary manslaughter typically carries a sentence of at least 12 months of incarceration, along with probation and fines.
So just a year?
The maximum penalty under the federal law for involuntary manslaughter is 8 years in prison. I mean, because you didn't do it on purpose. It's not like it's not like, hey, I accidentally did this, either through negligence or something like that. It's not like you're gonna, once they release you, you're gonna go out and do it again.
Oops.
Purposeful negligence.
Yeah, that's true.
If it was purposeful negligence, then it would be murder straight up.
Well, it's just willing. It's like willful blindness versus.
Yeah, I guess
then you're intentionally trying to get somebody killed, which would be murder.
Well,
it wouldn't be manslaughter.
If you're just careless, that's not really an intent. That's just a ticking time bomb of like that's eventually going to go off. You know.
I don't know about that because like if you like ignore the laws of like texting and driving and you fucking like kill somebody, then you're like willfully ignoring laws of distracted driving,
right?
Which means that you are intentionally trying to kill somebody.
No, that's not necessarily the case.
That's exactly what that is.
No, I wouldn't say it's intentionally trying to kill
somebody.
So
the theory of Craig turning his life around might actually be true.
It's
intentionally
he's not going to spend his
life in jail.
It's intentionally like ignoring a law that could save a life, and if you're like ignoring that, then you're tempting fate and immediately trying to kill somebody.
But not doing one thing doesn't necessarily mean you're doing the polar opposite, and that's what you're saying.
It kind of does, though.
In a way, I guess, but it doesn't always mean that. That's why it's. Well,
I mean, if you get away with it one or two times, and then you just.
Well, yeah, like.
And then you fucking like do it the next time, then it's like.
Well, yeah, like DUIs, like that's completely unacceptable that you can have multiple DUIs, and then someone dies, and then it's like, well.
Same with texting and driving. It's like it's just the same thing. It's just
yeah, that's true.
Except for you're choosing at that point to like.
You choose
to be distracted rather than
being force-fed alcohol and thrown into a car.
Well, I mean, DUIs are the same, but like at the same time, like it fucks with your mind a little bit. So.
Yeah, you're completely...
A little bit?
You're completely, like...
Well, I mean, it just lowers, like, your inhibitions, so, like, you...
It does a lot more than that.
So, like, you don't really...
It lowers your inhibitions because it's...
it also lowers your ability.
It makes you more stupid.
It's depressing your ability. Basically, it's just... There's less activity going on, and part of that is making your reaction slower, and yes, your judgment is poor when you're making decisions on the road, but your reaction times to things going on are much worse. So that's why it does more than just I'm going to go super fast because I have poor judgment. It's just like you're not thinking clearly because of that, but it's also you can't react accordingly to what's going on while you're behind the wheel.
Yeah.
You just don't have the reflexes.
Yeah. Also, like, perception is a big part of that. Because, like, when you're late, you don't see people as like people, you see them as things in your way almost, you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, is that how you always see them?
Kinda, they're always in the way, yeah. But I mean, like
the optimal joke right there would have been, well, you're always late.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Of course, that's how you always see it.
When I drive down the freeway, I don't know what it is, but if I'm not slightly going faster than everyone else and like at least passing cars, like not like going super fast, but like just faster enough that I'm passing everyone, I feel like I'm going too slow.
Yeah.
I feel like going with the flow is too slow.
Yeah, I agree.
What I hate is when like you're behind a car that has like a shitload of space like in front of them before the next car. I fucking hate that.
There's a following distance.
Well, I mean, yeah, there's a following distance, but when like the next car is like a mile away.
Yeah. But I mean, normal traffic flow can do that sometimes, but the left lane is supposed to be reserved for people going fast. And even if they're going over the speed limit, if someone's pulling up behind you and you don't yield it to them, you're going to make a lane change that's more dangerous than you just getting out of the way.
Yeah, the left lane's supposed to be the passing lane.
Yeah.
And so if you're behind someone who's not letting you pass in that left lane,
they're scum.
Then they're actually liable to get pulled over and ticketed for it in Utah.
Yeah, even if you're going way too fast, it's because that's
to a point.
The lane is to pass. It's not to sit in forever like a fucking retard. I hate people in the left lane that are just like chilling at 70. It's like, get the fuck out of the way. Like, this is for us to
Everyone
pass.
knows the true speed limit's 80. Get out of the way.
What are you doing here,
yeah,
you
dude,
fucking
it's always
pleb?
10 miles over in Utah, whatever it says.
Yeah, that's right.
Unless it's in like a fucking residential zone, then everybody treats it as like 30. Then it's like 30 under. Everybody's going 5 miles an hour.
It's super funny too, because there's that huge construction zone on the freeway in between, my place and here that I have to drive every week or multiple times a week just because I need to get here. But that speed limit there posted is 60. Yeah, everyone just drives the normal speed limit 70.
Yeah,
the normal posted speed limit, and finds double in the area. No one cares. But surprisingly enough, the speed limit's now actually 85 as soon as you leave that construction area. People trying to make up time.
Exactly.
So it's 80, just over 80 as we get up to it, and then it's like 80, 75 as you're going through the first part of it, until you finally have to slow down to 70 while you're going through a huge. I'm like, this is like miles worth of construction.
Yeah,
everyone.
it's a lot.
So it's a lot, and so you're going maybe 65 if people are slowing down a lot around you. 70.
And you're flying through there too. Like it's
a lot of fun because there are some vicious curves and. Along that way, remember how a semi truck toppled over, blocking off the freeway that one time, and I couldn't get here on time to record.
Yeah,
some huge curves there. It's a lot of fun to go fast through that.
Yeah,
and make those curves. And then once you finally get out of it, everyone's like, "Fuck it, 85."
Yeah, you got to make up for lost time.
That, yeah.
That's the choice they made when they put that area in construction. They were willfully they were enabling us to speed beyond it. I mean, how else can you look at it? It's the only logical explanation.
So, yeah, that's the state of the freeway in Utah. Always under construction at some point.
Yeah. So, I think that's all I played, though, was those two games. I almost played Conan Exiles. And, guys, just to bring it back around to what we all care about here, they have mounts in Conan Exiles now.
I know.
Added mounts.
Doing a mounted lance charge at you guys sounds so appealing.
It sounds like it'd be horrible because the game's so broken that it would just be fucking
apparently
Jesus.
The strike
I still
range
do
is
wish that it would
decent.
be more than just
and
horses.
the horses can trample too.
Oh, nice. Oh, dude. Can you get
Sounds
truncheon
good.
hooves on the horse? Just knock out run through a thrall camp and knock everybody out.
Blunted horseshoes.
Yeah, blunted horseshoes. It didn't brain you; it just knocked you out really quickly.
Yeah, just fucking like have your horse kick them, and then it's like
Instant KO.
yeah.
That would be so fucking fun. But I didn't play it. I thought about it though. Thought about playing Conan Exiles.
Thought about that wheel.
That's right. I thought about pushing that wheel. So we know what everyone's been playing this week. Has anyone beaten a game this week?
Yeah, and last week too, but I didn't get to tell you that.
Why?
So
Yeah, why didn't you get to tell us?
Because I was in the bathroom and you fucking like skipped over this section.
Oh, okay.
So last week I beat Death Stranding and Pokemon Shield, and this week I beat Modern Warfare.
Okay, so Death Stranding, DS, and then Pokemon. Craig, you're knocking it out here.
Eh.
And then this week you beat what?
Modern Warfare.
Well, you actually beat the campaign?
Yeah. It's only like 14 chapters.
Tell
Wasn't really
me
that long.
just a brief yes or no. Do you feel like this Modern Warfare is as shocking now as the original Modern Warfare was when it was released?
As the original one?
Yeah.
I don't really remember the campaign of the original one that well.
You don't
I
remember the
second
shocking
one.
moments,
I
the whole
remember
scenes
second
that,
one a
or
lot
like
more.
sections that you were supposed to skip if you wanted to?
Well, that was Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah, that was Modern Warfare 2.
That was with
Because 2 opens up with like you
airport.
shooting up an airport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This new game is supposed to be pretty fucked up. Like campaign-wise.
There is some pretty fucked up stuff. It's more like they basically use gas and stuff in this one.
I want to experience it.
And
Well,
I've heard
I'm just telling you
there's
that's
people
all
that
it-
are having serious PTSD from playing it. It's like, well, you probably shouldn't be playing it.
No, there's no.
That's what I've heard. I don't know if it's true.
That I highly doubt it. I mean, there is like every time you go to start up the campaign, it's like, oh, there's a shitload of violence in this game. Do you want to continue? And then it's like accept or deny, and then
What happens if you hit deny? Does it burn
then,
the
then
disk
you
in
just
the
don't.
drive?
Then you just don't play the campaign.
Yeah, it just deletes it. It's like, all right, multiplayer it is.
But the multiplayer isn't much better. I mean, like in the multiplayer, you fucking like explode people.
But then it's
gib?
always like, no, it's always that
They
just
don't give,
that
but there's
cloud
a
of cash
shitload
that
of
happens.
there's a shitload of blood.
It's like that's like a Call of Duty thing. Like when
Yeah.
someone dies, it just poofs out cash, right? That's what it looks
Yeah.
like.
Oh no, there's not cash in this one. It's full on blood.
I miss the World at War days where like I would get hit by a bouncing Betty and my arm would rip off. Like that's primo.
Dude, those fucking bouncing betties are fucking broken to shit. I can't wait till I get them.
Yeah.
I'm forever gonna miss. What was it like Black Ops or which one was it? I don't know if it was in Black Ops 3 or something, but it's the one where you can throw like a shock spike.
Oh, that's
grenade.
Modern Warfare or Advanced Warfare.
Advanced Warfare,
and you
like,
could suck it back to you.
No, not just suck it back to you. You'd have to go walk over and pick it up. But I fucking loved that loadout as a sniper because you could set up a sniper spot with a claymore. Then you could put down one of those shock grenade sticks would stick to the wall.
That was for Black Ops 3.
And then you could use that to basically cover your ass as you're sniping, but you could also use it to clear rooms because you could throw into a room, and if someone's in there, it'll shock them, so you can go in and quickly clear it out. But if you throw in there, it doesn't go off, you can go pick it back up to use it again.
Yeah.
That, my friend, that was peak.
It was either Black Ops 2 or 3. One of those two.
Yeah.
I liked Advanced Warfare, the little spike ball that you could shoot out, and then you could suck it back to you.
Oh, yeah.
That was like the most OP version
There
of
was
the
some
Tomahawk.
fun duels against Schweiss with those.
Yeah, we just have metal balls flying around.
Yeah, we like shoot them out and then get some kills on the return.
Yeah.
That was
addicting.
always way more satisfying to like pull it in and then be like, "What the fuck happened?"
Yeah, it just hits you in the back of the head.
Yeah, or in the fucking heel or some shit.
Yeah, to see how bullshit you can make it.
Yeah, it's good. Good
All-
stuff.
All right, I did not beat a game this week, so
I think he blew up a claymore on the return trip too.
Oh yeah, you could interact with explosives that way.
Yeah.
That's like the most OP kill. It's just setting the claymore up, then throwing the little thing, and then sucking it. Can you imagine a final kill cam that's that way? Like you throw it behind a person that's sniping, they don't move, so then you shoot the little spike ball out, and then you rearrange yourself to like pull the spike into the claymore and set the claymore off to kill the guy that's standing right next to the claymore. That's the kill. That's the kind of kill you need. That reminds me of the one on that drive-in movie theater one in Black Ops, where like these two dudes
Man,
were
that's
just
such a good map.
They were just fucking wrecking our faces, right? And I kept getting sniped by these guys, and I was like, "Fuck these two!" And so I walked up behind them. I spawned in a great spot, and I walked up behind them, and I threw a claymore down, and then I just left. And I'm like, dude, it was like a minute and a half later. Suddenly, like, it blows up, and I get 2 kills, and then it's the final kill cam, and it's just like. It just
I
zooms
think
in.
one guy just twitches.
Yeah,
and
it
then
zooms in
sets
on
it
the
off.
on the claymore, and it's like doing the panoramic claymore view, and no one's moving. And then one of the guy like lifts his heel up a little bit, and the claymore kills both of them. It was so fucking sweet. And it was like I said it there like forever ago too. So these guys were like fucking still like for so long, and then
Yeah.
like one of them just like twitches his ankle to move just a teeny bit, and it goes off.
Nice.
I think that's my favorite end kill that I've ever gotten. In COD, the final kill, it was fucking satisfying.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Yeah, this guy's camping us. So we need to play more of this, Cameron. You should totally get it.
Oh, I will.
I should play Battlefield 5 with you too. I mean,
It'd be a lot of fun.
yeah, it's just tough
You
because
own the game, so
we don't have time necessarily.
They have
together.
marksman rifles now in Modern Warfare.
okay.
It's interesting.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's a Car 98 in Modern Warfare, so
Yeah.
That's fucking weird. Yeah,
how is it? It's a wonderful rifle.
well, it is, but
I mean, it's a one-shot kill, but it fires so fucking slow.
I would use it.
I would
it's just
too.
weird because it's so old. That's why
I like the
Just because
EBR.
it's old doesn't make it an excellent tool for the job.
That's true.
pretty
AK-47s are kind of old too. They actually kind of suck in
Super
that
old.
game though. I don't like the AK, and I usually love the AKs in the COD games.
Oh, there's also like field upgrades in this one. So
Yeah.
like you can get like ammo resupplies, or like change it up so you get like the trophy system or some like other stuff too alongside
Right.
your perks and whatever.
Okay.
It's nice.
I'm not in love with the maps yet, though.
I
That's
probably
the big-
will want to play that 2v2 thing most often. It sounds kind of like my speed.
Oh, dude, the 2v2 maps are so good.
Yeah, and it's
I
like
love the
2v2,
2v2
and
maps.
it's a gun game variant where like you just
Yeah.
get random sets of guns.
It sounds like something I want to do.
Oh man, dude, that one match we had where it was like fists. Oh, that was so good.
Yeah, like one of us would dive in and die, and the other one would be able to clean up the kill.
Yeah, dude, I got like the ending kill on one guy just like beating the shit out of him. It's so good because like it was like we had a pistol and then just bare fists, and that's all we had. And I like just ran up to this guy and punched him like 4 times, and the guy managed to kill us twice. And I was like, no! And then I ran over there, beat the shit out of that guy.
Why would you use the pistol, though?
The ending kill cam. Oh, dude, it's so much more embarrassing for them to get killed by bare fists because it takes four hits.
Shoot them twice and then come in for the kill with the fist.
Well, I mean, they could just kill me in that time with the 2 shots. Like I just like ran up to him and just like beat the shit out of him. I think I ended him on an uppercut. It was fucking fantastic.
But yes, that's good. Fists is good.
The kill cam on that was like so good.
Yeah, that's it. Those are really fun. It's a pretty fun game mode. I still like the standard game modes more, but I don't know. Still dig it. Still dig the new one.
Yeah.
So the hog for the host is as follows: Craig in the lead, 39 games beaten. I am in second with 30, and Cameron 14. No, 13. Sorry, that 5 is actually part of Cameron's or Caleb's thing. So that's where we're at, and let's talk about Game Awards. So Cameron, or any of you guys, I guess, did you guys watch the Game Awards?
No, it came on during while I was at work, so I couldn't watch it.
What time did it come on at?
I think it was like 5.
Oh, no, I didn't watch it.
Yeah, so it happened. It's over.
I didn't really
know that it was
happening. So
yeah, and I don't like watching these kind of things anyway. So like, I don't know.
I like watching them every now and then.
Yeah,
but mostly I haven't been able to because they're always on when I'm at work. So I always plan to watch them later, and then I just never do.
All right, so we have the results here. I'm gonna go off of Forbes' list because I really don't want to. There was a Polygon one, but I resisted for the scum. But so best narrative is the first category, and it had Plague's Tale, Innocence, which I tried to get us to play earlier this year.
Yeah,
I don't know. That didn't really come out this year though, so that's a weird one. Control
was it at the tail end of last year?
It might have been. It might have been that. I'm not sure exactly when it was released.
Because if it was like November of last year, then that would have been in the cutoff. Yeah.
So we got Plague Tale, Innocence, Control, Death Stranding, Disco Elysium, and The Outer Worlds for best narrative. How many of those have you played, Craig? Have you played Outer Worlds yet, or are you just?
I'm like halfway through Outer Worlds, and I'm really fucking digging it. I need to finish it.
Okay.
I'm hoping I'll get that done.
So,
if not this week, then next.
I've only played one of those, and Death Stranding is the one.
I think you should. Yeah.
It's good narrative, but
I'm planning on playing Control soon.
Yeah, that's one of the other.
I've
ones
heard a lot of good things about Control. Like apparently you can fly in it, and it's fucking awesome. But
yeah, I know. I just know it's made by the guys who did, from what I've heard, Max Payne, the first 2, which is awesome. So yeah. I'm excited to look into that. They had best esports player, but I don't know any of these people. So
you didn't announce what the winner was for narrative?
Oh yeah, the best narrative was that Disco Elysium, which I've never even heard of. So
I heard it, but I think it's an indie game. I haven't played it.
Not surprising that an indie game would win that category. That's like the hipster category, right?
I think it's dumb that they always. I mean, maybe I'll play it and see if it is good, but I don't know. I think giving it to an indie game is sometimes a cop-out.
Yeah. Well, it's all voted on, isn't it?
Yeah, it's usually voted on.
So best audio design, the noms were Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Control, Death Stranding, Gears 5, Resident Evil 2, and Sekiro Shadows Die Twice.
Wait, for audio design?
Yeah. I would have given this one to Resi 2, personally. Because I think the soundscape was great.
I've only played one of the games.
You played 2 of those?
Oh, yeah, 2 of them. Sorry, yeah. So out of the 2, I'd probably give it to Sekiro. But
over for sound on really? Over Resident Evil 2? Did you?
I
played all of these except for Control and Gears 5, and I don't know. I think maybe Resi 2.
Yeah, Cameron's just not as infatuated with that game as we are.
I'm not. You guys are looking through your nostalgia.
Our nostalgia, we played.
Dude, I don't like that genre of game very much.
Yeah, Craig's not very good at survival horror, I don't think.
No.
I mean, it's like they didn't do anything, like any other survival horror game wasn't doing with sound design, audio design.
Yeah, that's true. Audio is a big part of the scariness,
Yeah.
the horror. And they did the same thing with 7.
I wonder why they gave it to Call of Duty, though.
Yeah, I don't know.
It does have really good voice acting. I'll give it that. Captain Price is a fucking fantastic.
And it does have great
character.
soundscape in its own right, but it's not as, I don't know, it's not as like intuitively used.
I mean, I wouldn't give it to Death Stranding mostly because I fucking hate the music in it, but the voice acting of that is good too.
Yeah. I don't know. That one's a tough one. Best strategy game. So we had Age of Wonder, Planetfall, Anno 1800, Fire Emblem 3 Houses, which is the only one I've really heard of, Total War 3 Kingdoms,
Yeah, it
Tropico
doesn't
6.
surprise me that
Yeah.
Fire Emblem won.
Wargroove, Fire Emblem 1. I haven't played any of those games. Have you guys?
Yeah, I've played a few of them. I really enjoy them. They're pretty great.
Which ones did you play?
I played Fire Emblem Awakening and a couple on the
I
Game
meant
Boy.
on this
And
list.
I bought on this list.
Yes.
I haven't played any of them on the list. I do have Wargroove and I have Fire Emblem, but
Isn't
I
that-
haven't played either one.
Isn't that kind of sad? Because I think we would probably put strategy games as one of our favorite genres. All three of us here. Because if I could just only play Civ 5 for the rest of my life, I'd be totally content. Like
You guys should try Fire Emblem. I think you'd like it.
Yeah.
I mean, it is like an RPG, but it's also like, I don't know, it's a little different. It's pretty great.
So that one I have
I do need to play this one. I bought it, and I've been meaning to play it, but I just haven't gotten to it because I know it's going to take like 70 hours.
Yeah, I just haven't. I don't know. I don't know why we haven't played very many strategy games. Maybe it's just the time commitment.
They do take a lot more time than most other games.
So, content creator of the year: Courage, Dr. Lupo, Ewok, Grefka, and Shroud.
I don't
do you guys
know who any of those.
these?
No, I don't know who any of those.
These
fuckers
are all. So those are. I know some of them
YouTubers or Twitch streamers
or Overwatch streamers. Yeah, Shroud.
Shroud
But
won.
I
not that
haven't watched any of their stuff. I just know their names from other.
God,
people
content
I
creator
watch.
is such a stupid category. Why the fuck is that in there?
Well, because that's now one of the major ways that people consume, video game content outside of actually playing the video game.
Still though, why?
That's one of the biggest ways they're advertised now too.
But that's not it's not a video
drive-
game.
they
It's a
drive
video game
sales.
awards. Why the fuck are you talking about?
Or it's a part of the industry now, whether or not you like it, and the esports stuff.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it either, but Cameron is right. It is part of it.
I mean, I don't consume it, but I know it's there.
Well, you
And
do.
it has
You had your Battlefield guy you would watch a lot of.
well, that's YouTube. That's not.
That should count. I don't know if it does though. I don't know.
Are
I
they
don't know
not
any of those.
YouTubers?
I don't know any of those.
No, these
people,
are all.
so-
I'm pretty sure these are all Twitch streamers who are in the esports scene as well.
Why is it only counting those guys then?
I
That's
don't know.
dumb.
I guess I have to look at them more, but
Because
there's a whole
you'd
separate
think that
YouTube
PewDiePie
award.
would be the content creator because of he plays
Well,
a
there's-
shitload of games.
There's a whole different YouTube awards, the Streamies and stuff like that people can go get now. But
Well,
Yeah.
then why is that a category on here if they
because
have their
these
own
guys
fucking
are
thing?
specifically, I guess, for games.
It's big enough. It's big enough in the industry that these guys justify putting it as part of their awards too. That's really
I don't
all
think
it
they
is.
should. I think it's stupid.
So, best action game, we had Apex Legends, Astral Chain, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Devil May Cry 5, Gears 5, and Metro Exodus.
Damn.
So,
Why does that say Call of Duty Modern Aware?
Modern Aware? I don't know.
Fucking typo as fuck on here.
Call
Okay.
of Duty Modern Woke.
Yeah.
Modern woke.
yeah.
It's a fucking liberal game.
Yeah, it would win if it was that, probably. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. So, Devil May
Let's
Cry
see.
5 won. Do you like Devil May Cry 5 or Modern
I
Warfare
haven't-
more?
I played Astral Chain too.
Or Astral Chain? Didn't you say Astral Chain was your game of the year at one point?
I don't know, man.
No.
I do really like the action of Devil May Cry 5. I did play it twice.
Devil May Cry 5?
Yeah.
Jeez.
I beat it on the harder difficulty.
Okay.
just for funsies. Took me way less time. I don't know. I think Devil May Cry deserves it.
Yeah, it was a good game. I mean, I haven't played Modern Warfare much, or Modern Aware at all, actually. But
Modern Warfare was all right.
yeah,
I haven't played. I mean, I guess I played Apex. It was an all right game. Didn't play Astral Chain. Haven't played
Astral
Modern
Chain.
Aware.
I think is like a really fucking good
Play
game.
Devil May Cry. I really want to play Metro Exodus, but
as a straight up action game, it's more like an action RPG. So I don't know if it necessarily should be in this section.
for Astral Chain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Devil May
Okay,
Cry 5 definitely, I think, would fit.
so now we have the true woke category, right? The games for impact.
Oh my god.
Gris, Concrete Genie, something called Kind Words, Life is Strange 2, which is really Life is full of gay people too, and Sea of Solitude. That's all I
Life
can...
is Strange 2, I think, is about two brothers.
Oh,
so
really?
I don't
No.
think it's about gay people.
Or is it? Brotherly love.
I don't think it's about brotherly love.
Well, isn't that all that Life is Strange 1 is about? I mean, I never played it, but
I mean,
all I
they're
ever
not
see...
siblings.
all I ever
but
see
they
is,
are
like,
lesbians.
is lesbian tension between two main characters, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's so deep," and I'm like, it's about as deep as
I know that when
lesbians
they
can get.
announced it, they thought that it was going to be about those two chicks again, and so they call it Lesbian RPG 2, which
Yeah.
made me laugh. But
Yeah, they called it that. Square Enix, the creators called it Lesbian RPG.
no, just like
too.
a bunch of like
Oh, okay.
the gamer people, the memers. I don't know. The only one I've played of these is Concrete Genie, and I really like that one. So.
Yeah, I haven't played a single one of these, which is really unfortunate. But that's why it kind of sucks playing, like, having nominations for older games and stuff. Like, we miss out on a lot of the goodies.
Concrete
you know?
Genie is like a PlayStation exclusive that I just I don't know. It's a really beautiful looking game, and it's got really interesting graphics. So I don't know. I really like that. It's kind of hard for me to think that any other game would beat that.
Yeah. Well, Gris beat it.
I don't even know what Gris is.
I don't know.
I've heard of Sea of Solitude and obviously Life is Strange 2, but the other ones like Gris and Kind Words, I don't know anything about.
So the next category is titled Best Family Game, but really it's Best Mario Game, as far as I can tell. So Luigi's Mansion 3, Rung Fit Adventure, Super Mario Maker 2, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and Yoshi's Crafted World. So Nintendo, Best Nintendo Game is what it should be called. Mm-hmm. And Luigi's Mansion 3 won. That's the only one I've really
go
heard.
down to the wait. Is there a fighting game section?
yeah,
Because if Smash Bros isn't in there, I have no idea how it didn't fucking win the family game.
I don't think they're... action adventure...
Because like fucking
You're
Luigi's
jumping the
Mansion
line.
barely made the cut because it came out on Halloween.
Oh, there is a Best Fighting Game.
Okay. Oh my god. It's irritating, but okay.
Yeah. Luigi's Mansion 3 I've heard a lot of good stuff about, so I don't
I've
know.
heard some good stuff, but it barely made the cut, and it's kind of weird that Super Smash Bros. Wouldn't have won
family
in
game.
that section. Yeah.
I don't know. It's more of a competitive game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but more people play that than they do Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah, but are they family?
And Super Super Smash Bros. Is also the system seller.
They're not family. They're just friends. They're just
And Luigi,
competitors.
okay, the other thing about family games is like I would classify a family game as like a, like a movie would be G-rated, and something that everybody could play together. Fucking Luigi's Mansion is only 2 players, so I don't know how that
maybe you're
qualifies.
everything and you're everybody is just one other person.
I don't know. I also don't understand how Mario Maker counts because that one's also
what about
a
Rung
single
Fit
player.
Adventure?
I don't
Yeah.
know about any of
Were
those.
you fitting those rungs? I want to know.
Yeah, where are you putting those rungs?
Wait, what? What are you talking about?
Rung Fit Adventure. That's the second on the family game list.
Oh,
So family getting fit together,
I
Yeah.
don't know. Maybe.
fitting those rungs.
All right, and Luigi's Mansion won that. All right, best sports and racing game.
So
Crash
Cra-
Teams Racing, Nitro Fuel.
Isn't that like a remaster?
I think it is. Yeah, maybe maybe
that
it's
doesn't count.
Maybe
in
it's
my
a
mind.
remake or something, or they made a new one.
If they remade it, then fine. But if they remastered it, no.
Maybe it's a new one, but I don't know.
So there's that Dirt Rally 2.0,
eFootball Pro Evolution Soccer, F1 2019, and FIFA 2012. So the fucking no games.
No. It's FIFA 202.
What? Is it FIFA 202?
Well, it's definitely not going to be FIFA 2012. Yeah, that's what it says is 202.
Oh, God, I can't even fucking see. All right, well, obviously Crash Team Racing 1, because those are all shitty.
Yeah, I haven't played any of them. Racing,
Nope.
I played Madden, but that was last year's Madden, so...
Okay, eFootball Pro Evolution Soccer is probably the worst title of a game I've ever heard.
No, you should look at more Japanese games, Greg.
I mean, those are all fucking, weird, too, because they're all, super mega awesome...
.hack/GU.
Well, I mean,
Are you fucking kidding me?
I mean, that's pretty stupid, too, but...
Yeah, how do you even say it? How do you... Yeah, that's pretty stupid. All right, that's true, though. eFootball Pro Evolution Soccer is very confusing. And it's saying football twice, because soccer is just football, so I don't know why they have to distinguish. For America, maybe. So, best mobile game... Call of Duty Mobile, Grindstone, Sayonara, Wild Hearts, Sky, Children of the Light, and What the Golf.
What the golf?
Yeah, never played a single one of these. Call of Duty Mobile.
I have heard really good things about Call of Duty Mobile.
Yeah, it's real big.
My brother played it, and he loved it. Tried to get me to play it.
Yeah, and you refused.
Yeah, I did.
So, best multiplayer game, we had Apex Legends, Borderlands 3, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, spelled correctly, Tetris 99, Tom Clancy's The Division 2.
Ooh. I'm surprised that got nominated.
Why is it, hated?
Yeah, I guess a lot of people were disappointed by its launch because there's a bunch of bugs. I think they fixed it now, but it's still surprising.
I've heard Tetris 99 is bitching.
I got so
Dude,
bored by
Tetris
the
99
first
is
division.
fucking awesome.
You got bored of what?
I got so bored of the first division that it made me not want to get the second one.
Yeah.
Because I didn't feel like it'd be different enough.
Yeah, and it'd feel like the boringness that you had the last time.
Because it was fun for the first little bit, but there's only so many bullet sponge bosses and terrible loot you can wade through before you're just fucking done.
Yeah, that's the problem with those games is it's so grindy.
It's
and
you're
so
trying to
repetitive.
combine realism with more of a multiplayer online thing.
It really just did have poor loot. Is really all it was. All the loot you'd get was only slightly better than the stuff that you'd upgrade to.
Yeah.
And then the legendary weapons would be cool, but not that cool.
Yeah.
I got a sniper that had explosive rounds, but then I found a gun that was a green that was way better.
Yeah,
Eventually,
it's just stupid. Yeah, those loot games can get they can degenerate. Honestly,
if I got a fucking legendary weapon that has a unique thing, I want that to be the gun that I keep using.
Yeah, but then you trade it out in 10 seconds.
Yeah, it's
like Dead Island. It's the same problem. You just trade out guns because it's oh, this is really good, and then 2 seconds later you're like, well, this is way better than that ever could be.
Honestly, that's one thing that I kind of like about what Destiny does with their loot is you can, if it's a special thing, then you can just feed it weapons and then they get better.
Yeah, that's true. So Apex Legends 1, best multiplayer game. I don't really play it, but that's the one I've played. I guess I played a decent amount of
Modern Warfare.
Played a bit
of Borderlands 3 and
as
halfway
far
through it.
as
And I've played Call of Duty Modern Warfare and I've played Tetris 99. I haven't played Apex Legends, but I don't know.
Apex Legends I like more than any of the other Battle Royale games. It's definitely a lot better than the other ones, in my opinion.
I just don't think there's much replay value in it, to me.
Only if you like that kind of game. I mean, if there's no replay value, then there's no value to play the game, period. Because
That's
there's
true.
nothing to replay it for other than it just being a multiplayer game.
And we played a decent amount of Fortnite when it came out.
We played some Fortnite. We didn't play a lot of it. And then I was always just mad about Fortnite, whereas I could have really gotten into Apex Legends, but no one else wanted to get into it. So
yeah, it just kind of fell.
As far as Battle Royale games, it's definitely my favorite.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
Because it's more about gunplay than it is about building a fortress.
That's the stupid shit about. Yeah,
if you wanted to get into it, I'm pretty sure Apex Legends would have been good for you as far as gameplay goes. But you're too busy about them being woke to want to get into the game.
those packages. Oh, I'm too busy. I'm worried about. I'm focusing on their sexual confusion more than I am the actual gameplay. Yeah, that's true. I hate it for that. I do kind of hate it for partly that reason, and also partly because I just don't know if there's much value in doing the same thing over and over again.
I mean, what else is a multiplayer game like Modern Warfare and stuff like that?
I don't know. It's
just, all about the strategy, and then what reason really is there to play any sort of first-person shooter type game? It's all about playing with your friends and strategizing and doing stuff like that. And it's those moments where things get you pull stuff off. That's great.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know why I don't do Apex Legends. It just.
I think you would like it, but right now it's probably too late. Everyone else still playing it's too good at it.
Yeah, it's too late for me to play.
I mean, we could try. We could, we could grind it out.
Yeah, we could. It's not impossible. I mean, I did that with Last of Us Online. I was way underleveled, and I still dominated. I still did very well in the hobo fight.
Yep.
It's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. So, best ongoing game, Apex Legends, Destiny 2, Final Fantasy XIV, Fortnite, and Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege. A lot of good stuff in there. 14 just had what was called the best expansion ever released for their game. It's very highly well-reviewed. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege still going. Apex Legends, obviously not that old.
If I was going to choose, it would either go to 14 or to Rainbow Six.
Yeah.
We've never gotten to Rainbow Six either, even though that's one I wanted to get into. Because that one's like pinnacle. That one's peak
strategy.
No, peak strategy, but like peak get good shooter game that takes actual skill to be decent at.
Yeah.
It's all about. It's more about memorizing.
I would say that one's more about strategy.
It's more about knowing where to camp and like how to twist your gun to the side to kill somebody than anything.
Yeah,
which is strategical to a degree, but if it degenerates into like most people camping and then other people running around, it's not really skill to lay in a corner where no one can see you.
I mean, I've seen some pretty decent players at it. They don't camp. They move around and they do stuff to. But it's like you move around, but you can't just go charge into a room.
Yeah, you have to be smart.
To be like super strategic and smart about it.
Yeah, I like Gears of War multiplayer a lot for that. It's like kind of the perfect combo of like run and gun. Because there was like one guy I was watching play, and it was on a multiplayer match. Everyone on our team died. He was the only person left, and then there's like just two dudes coming at him. He's on this column. He just whips out the shotgun, turns around one side, plugs the guy with the shotgun, then goes back into cover, flips around the other side, kills the other dude, and then the other guy comes running at him, and he just pulls out his assault rifle, and it's like within 10 seconds, all three of the enemies are dead, and like it was just the most beautiful fucking strategy shit I've ever seen. These two dudes just like fucking coming, and he just like pops them, blows their faces off.
Jesus Christ, he's John Wick.
Yeah. They can't kill him. So like, I don't know, there's something to be said about it, but I really like Rainbow Six Siege, and I wish we would have played more. We all still have it, so we could. It's just, again, it's another one where
it's still going.
Everyone's so good now. It's like,
but we can just play, because if we ever did get into ranked, we would rank with people our skill. So
yeah.
Theoretically, yeah, we would. So.
And then be stuck there for the rest of our days.
That's right. So never get better. Fortnite won. Not too surprising. Don't know if it deserves it every time, but
no.
I heard it started to decline in popularity, and then kind of got a resurgence with Fortnite 2.
I guess they had
which it was a world event.
You can't say Fortnite 2 and then have it be the same game. Like
they blew up the world, is what they did. It was like a meteor that was coming down or something like that, and then it hit, and it just wiped everything, and then they had a new world.
And then they just made a new map, yeah, I know. But
yeah. Pretty cool idea, and it was a huge PR event, and it brought a lot of people back into the game.
Yeah.
I mean, they fucking hated it after one of the fucking updates they did that, like, I guess completely wrecked every meta, so...
Well, that's what you need to do. Metas...
I know, but everybody hated it. They hated all the changes, so they fucking, like, stopped playing.
Yeah, we stopped playing a while ago though, so I
never
we
really
just didn't really like
it,
the building. Yeah,
the building's too cartoonish. So esports game of the year, pretty much the same category, honestly. Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Well, it's a similar category. Dota 2, Fortnite, League of Legends, and Overwatch.
Yeah, nothing is going to beat League of Legends when it comes to the esports.
Yeah,
scene.
it's just
been there so long,
and it's such a good game too. It's like so well rounded. They're always retooling it.
Overwatch, I can feel like
it's supposed
to be
coming to
but
the
Overwatch has Overwatch is never
that'll
like
be
perfectly balanced where everyone's happy with what it's about.
Yeah, League's better at
But
creating that.
there's I don't know why, but there's also a lot of drama always in the esports scene with Overwatch too. People calling people out and shit like that. It's stupid.
It's like the rap game of esports, that you're saying.
Well,
and,
with Overwatch, I don't think they have like a tester thing like before they release the stuff.
They do.
Do they?
Well, and you got to think about it. League releases, and everyone's always buys the new character because they're super overpowered, and then they.
Well, I
retool
mean,
it.
they give you the character for free for the week because they do the free hero rotation, and then. But they also have that PBE where like everybody can like log into it and then like test the changes before
Same thing for Overwatch.
Before it's like made solid. So
Yeah, I really miss the League of Legends days. Honestly, I kind of wish we could go back.
well, I mean, if it's coming to console, we can see how it is on there.
Oh god.
I can't wait to try that out. Honestly, like I feel like it'd be nice.
Yeah,
Obviously, you couldn't play against PC players because they'd have like a huge advantage over you. But
yeah,
Schweiss's mouse with 1,000,000 buttons.
yeah,
yeah.
Do not mess with me on my macros.
You can't stop it, dude. So best VR/AR game. Asgard's Wrath, Blood and Truth, Beat Saber, No Man's Sky. Trove Saves the Universe.
it's Trover.
Oh, is it?
You know what a good turnaround for No Man's Sky.
So that's fucking like
being
another
one of the
typo.
most hated games in the world to now being nominated as
I'm honestly
Best of
surprised
class.
that it didn't win that. I know Beat Saber is super popular, but like fucking
Yeah,
No
Beat
Man's
Saber's
Sky
super
VR
popular.
shit was like extremely well received.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't played any of these, so
Beat Saber was fun, but to me it just didn't feel like anything more than like a gimmick.
I mean, yeah, it's just basically Guitar Hero, so I don't.
yeah.
Apparently, the best place to get it is on the PC because it's a lot easier to mod the game with tons of different music packs than it is
Yeah.
on console because console has to go with like
What,
the game
what's
has to go
set
through
and
like
then the
music
DLCs.
agreements.
Yeah.
No, they have to like pay royalties, blah blah blah, all the legal stuff. Whereas
Yeah.
modders don't worry about that shit. They just
Yeah.
do.
Exactly, yeah. That's true. And I don't know. It just seems like the power behind it would be better for PC.
I mean, it's not a lot to push.
Yeah,
As
that's
far as it
true. But
goes.
you could push it on PC if you wanted to.
I
with
mean-
the
Oh man,
mods
Laura
and
Bailey is in Gears 5.
And again,
I don't even know who that is.
She's a voice
I just
actress.
feel like the VR, like the graphics, like within the headset, isn't like something to write home about just yet. But
Yeah. So next category, best performance. Ashley Birch, The Outer Worlds, Courtney Hope, Control, Laura Bailey. These all sound like the same name, by the way. Gears 5, Mads Mikkelsen, Death Stranding, Matthew Poretta, Control, and Norman Reedus, Death Stranding.
ooh,
Why would Norman Reedus even get nominated?
Well, is Mads Mikkelsen really that much better in the game?
Oh yeah, yes he is.
I mean, I'm
A
only
million times better.
I'm not that far.
All right,
so.
I will tell you right now that even Guillermo del Toro did a better job than Norman Reedus. All right,
I don't think Norman Reedus is bad in that game.
he's not bad, but he's also not great. And then, fucking the guy who did Die Hardman, he's way better. Way
Well, they
better.
have better characters though too. They have more defined characters.
Which is exactly why, like, that's part of the performance. Like, there's not much you can do with the character who just says nothing for 40 hours.
No, I mean that's where the performer comes in, right? To make it the best of.
They don't have to do anything, though.
Oh, I mean,
He literally has, like, no lines.
clearly someone thought he did good enough to nominate his ass. So
Well, they probably nominated him because he's like, it would be unfair to just be like, oh, well, Mads Mikkelsen. Like,
I don't see how that's unfair.
I don't know. I don't know why they bothered to nominate him, but not, like, any of the other people in there.
I don't know. Maybe just main characters. So Mads Mikkelsen won the best performance.
I could see that.
And it's not surprising. He's a really good actor. So it's
Yeah.
like
I mean, I assume that the Ashley Birch person is the character Pavarti from Outer Worlds, and she did a really good job too.
yeah.
So-
I think this is interesting to see best performance go to an actual actor. And I think the world of video games, I think we're going to see more and more of this.
I mean, really don't want
the technology.
I don't mind it.
The technology in video games is moving more towards motion capture, mocap
I feel like
stuff
it takes
when
away
making these scenes.
I think Craig dislikes the mocap more than he does the voice cast. Because if it's a voice acting,
it's not just the mocap. Like, I don't mind the voice acting.
Well,
like,
how does it take away any more than like Troy Baker being in every fucking
obviously
game?
it takes away because like you're not creating a new character. There's no creativity in that.
You're not creating a new character.
You're not creating a character. You're
so-
literally capturing that person's likeness and then putting it in the
that's
game.
different.
Right.
No,
That's not
but
creating
that person's
a whole
an
new
actor,
character.
Craig. They act. They
Exactly.
pretend to be
That's
someone else.
That's not what I'm pointing out. Like, it's not just like you're saying, like the performance or putting the actor into the game. Like, that's more than just doing a voice acting. What I'm saying is having actors actually be in the game.
Okay,
is
no,
taking
there's a
away
reason.
from
No,
creativity.
no,
It's
it's
terrible.
not. No, it's not. So,
Yes, it
Craig,
is.
this is what's happening. The technology now, especially with motion capture, it's so the reason why motion capture came about because it makes it so much easier to animate more realistic
I know
scenes.
what it does.
But
I
now
know.
that they have that and they want to bring more emotional value to a game, they're going to bring in people who have the talent to do so. That's
Well,
blurring the
yeah,
lines
but
between acting for a game and acting for a TV show or a movie, because now they have these people who that is what they do. They can elicit emotional response out of their viewers, and so they're going to bring people who are talented in that to video games more and more, just because they want to have video games be seen more as
and they can do that, and that's
a piece
fine.
of art
but that's
than
still
it is
that's still
just a
taking
video game.
away like creating actual fucking video game characters.
How is that any different, though? I mean,
So,
if
Craig,
you,
most
what
of
if
the
you
time-
just?
What do you
when
mean?
you
How
see-
is that any different?
Well, I mean, it might be taking
In what
away
way
from.
is it not fucking like completely
Well, I
different?
think
You're not gonna get any more characters like the iconic characters of like Mario
So he's
and
not against-
Cloud
he's
and
not-
things like
yeah,
that
he's trying to say-
they're fucking gonna just add more Norman Reedus or
Well,
Mads
not-
Mikkelsen.
not every-
in an effort to sell games is what he's
Not
trying to
every
Kevin
game-
Spacey and fucking Kit Harington. They're
I
not
felt Kit
creating
Harington
characters
and
anymore.
Kevin Spacey
They're
was
just
more of a
adding
cash grab
fucking
than
Right,
actual
but
people.
they don't need to create a zany character for a Call of Duty game. It's another
Yeah.
person. It's a human being. It's not like creating a, I don't know, like
fucking-
Waka from Final Fantasy
Fucking
X.
Captain Price is a character that they created for that fucking series, and he's a much better character than fucking any of the real people they added to be in there.
Well, and that's fine, but you're making it seem like it's a one or the other situation, and it's
I'm not saying it's a one
And
or
maybe-
the other. I'm saying it's ridiculous,
And you can see
that they're doing it just to sell the game, and
Well,
they could
that's
do
fine.
that
What's
just
wrong
as
with
easily
making money? I
by
mean,
like
Jesus.
just making them a fucking voice actor.
Well, right,
and
but
then
what's-
still creating a fucking character for.
But
it.
I don't know. I mean, I can see that being more of a.
And it's not just about Call of Duty; it's about all games, like fucking Death Stranding, dude. Like, there's a shitload
does
of
it
actors
take
in
away
there.
though? Really, I don't
Yes.
think it does. No,
It does,
I don't. I
because
think
it takes
you're
you
wrong.
out of the game. It's like, okay, well, I
How
know
does
who
it take
all
you out of the game any more than
because-
being taken out of a movie by seeing someone you know isn't real? Caleb, they're
Because
pretending. Here's the
it's-
thing.
it's
Here's the thing.
completely
They're
different.
pretend. The
Yes,
game
I
isn't
know.
real. It's pretend. We all know it's not real.
Yeah, but you're still fucking like
Right,
When,
but
when
you
see
accept
actors,
that,
when
and
you
you
see
put it to
actors
the
in there,
side.
it's like, okay, well, I'm just.
Why
playing,
aren't you mad about
I'm just
not
playing a
seeing new
fucking-
actors for
I'm
every
just-
movie you've ever seen? Because
I
it's
am.
it takes
I
me
am.
out of the moment because
I
I've
am.
seen this person
I've been
before.
mad about that, especially since fucking like what was it called? District 9. Fucking District 9 had no known actors in that movie, and it's fucking amazing.
Yeah, it's not necessarily amazing because of that, but
It's great because they went and found other new talent. They fucking like got a shitload of actors that I
Right.
haven't seen in
but
anything
now
else.
they have names to some
No,
extent.
they don't
I mean,
necessarily. I don't think I've seen any of those people in any other movies.
Well, see, now that's just
Yeah,
a ridiculous.
Where's District 9 2 if it was that good?
I don't know. Well,
It's
I
a
mean,
really-
District
it is
9
a
was
really good
like, I
movie,
think it was
though.
going to be like the Halo movie first, and then they were
Yeah.
like, yeah, no.
They just use the props. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's why
they
they
just
look like
became the-
elites. Like,
Yeah.
that's
But that movie is really fucking good.
It is a really good movie. I don't think Elysium wasn't as good because they had big name actors in it, though.
I haven't
So
seen that movie.
It's just not as good because I mean, District 9 is just really good.
Is it the same like movie, basically?
No, it's similar. It's pretty similar. It's kind of the same.
Okay.
message.
Where like the aliens come and then they like enslave
Well,
them.
no, it's more like the rich people get to like cure themselves. They have like machinery that cures ailments, and then people living
and
on the ground
are super
like
rich
sick.
society that lives up in the sky because Earth is not a great place to live anymore.
Yeah, they've decided that they rather than fix up Earth, they
and then
move
rather
from
than the 1% assisting those poor on the Earth, they just live in a totally separate society.
Yeah,
not do anything.
That's really what it's about. So it's similar. It has some similar themes, sort of, to District 9, with like the classes and but it's not as good. I don't know why. It's just I have to rewatch both of them to really dive in. I don't know. That seems like a ridiculous expectation, though. And like, how come you're not mad about Troy? How come you're not mad about Troy Baker being in a bunch of different roles? It's like, well, I know who he is, so it's taking me out of the moment. It's like,
I mean, I do know who he is, but I don't really like think about him
as
him because I don't see his face,
but now you do.
And that's somewhat part of it. And what I guess the thing that I'm more upset about is like I don't really want to see a blurring of lines between the two mediums. I don't really want that.
Well, it's already been that way for so long.
Well, I mean, it's fucking like it's like constantly making movies out of like plays and things. It's like the plays are different, and you want them to remain that way because going out to see a play is different than going to see a movie. They're different mediums, and you want them to kind of be separated. You don't necessarily want everything to be the same, and I don't want every fucking video game to become a movie.
Well, I think that's where the indie space really thrives because they can't afford that, so they don't do that.
Well, I mean, the indie space is also like overusing the pixelated graphics because people are like, "Oh, look, it's like our nostalgia is being recaptured." Ha ha.
Yeah, well, it's super douchey, obviously.
It's the same thing. Like I don't know. It's just I don't really like the blurring of the lines.
I can see.
I want them to remain separated things because they're already really close to being movies in general, just because of like how many fucking cutscenes they have. Like fucking Death Stranding has 12 hours.
We
of
all
fucking
know
cutscene.
that Kojima wanted to make.
I know Kojima wants to make movies,
which is why he hired so many actors for.
Dude, it's not just fucking actors. He put like directors in there, like fucking Guillermo del Toro's in there, Edgar Wright's in there, fucking Conan O'Brien.
Oh, is Edgar? Oh, is he?
He's one of the district dudes that you talk to. I think he's like the main guy of that middle section, the South Knot City distribution center.
He was just paving the way.
He's that guy.
Giving people cameos in his game just so he could pave the way for his now starting career as a director himself.
Yeah. I don't know if it really bothers me. I mean,
I like it. I mean, I just want to see where it'll go.
I think it's
every medium for art and entertainment evolves as time goes on. You can't stop it from evolving. But I can understand you not wanting to play a game with huge cutscenes, just want to get to a game, and there's definitely going to still be that.
Adding in actors, though, like full on, just feels like
a cash grab is what you're.
A cash grab and a step backwards.
Certain games, I feel that's very true, especially with some of the Call of Duty games that did that with Kit Harington and Kevin Spacey. I hated it.
But like with Death Stranding, it's a big narrative, so like having actors.
But for games where they are trying to,
it's not a big narrative. The entire fucking story is in the last 5 hours of the game, and it's 40 hours long.
But but games where they're trying to lay out a large story, hiring actors that'll portray that, I feel is just fine, especially with actors who are unique as
like Mads Mikkelsen.
And then I guess I don't know, but the other games that have a wonderful story that hired not as well known actors, but still was a wonderful game that I feel like blows Death Stranding out of the water is God of War.
Yeah,
and they took actors that they mocapped them, but they still had their creative liberty.
Yeah,
but with
they actually created their character instead of just like grabbing some black guy, making him white, and then fucking like
they did mocap multiple people for that game, and you're not shitting the bed about that.
They did it for the facial expressions to make
they
it
did
easier.
the fucking guy who plays what's his face. It's like him. It's him in the game. It's like he might not be the most famous person ever.
Yeah, they did make him more. So they did base Balder like a lot more off him than they.
I'm trying to find where the fine line is with you because like. I can see, here's where I like it more as actors are getting voice acting roles, and I think they should because then that brings the quality of the voice acting up.
But then what about voice actors? People like one of their niches is being invaded on, and now
that's too bad.
The voice
that's
actor
good.
Guild
well,
is gonna,
I mean, they don't really respect voice actors anyway in
voice
the video
actors
games.
the VAG
stuff. So,
are you in the VAG? Not currently, but I plan to be in the near future. Why do you ask?
I would very much like to be part of the VAG.
I would like to be in the VAG, please.
Do I need to submit an application to be in the VAG?
Well, what kind of consent forms do I need to sign to get into that VAG?
The voice act.
It's the SAG. The SAG-AFTRA is the union that they do.
The SAG.
The SAG, the saggy VAG. The SAG VAG. No, and I think that's good because it makes the quality have to go up. It makes the Troy Bakers and them have to be really good, and they are really good. The big names are big for a reason.
The two biggest guys are fucking Troy Baker and Nolan North. So I mean,
really, they're just the Naughty Dog guys.
I mean, they are in their games a lot.
It's funny they're both in God of War too. They're the brothers. They're
Magni, are they the dwarf brothers?
No,
or
they're the two
Thor's sons.
Yeah,
okay.
Thor's sons. They're both, and it's so weird because it's like, God, I know both of these guys. And it's like, they're both in these, and they're always and it's good though because and I think like having someone like Sean Bean in a voice acting role, he does a really good job in like Final Fantasy 15's movie. He's like the pinnacle of that movie. That movie's shit, but Sean Bean's really good. It's because Sean Bean's really good. And he's going to do really good as a voice actor as well. It's not like it doesn't translate. You know, it's
I mean, it is harder in a way because
you're not actually physically acting. But most of those guys are really
like
into it.
One of the problems that like Ian McKellen had was in the Hobbit movies was that he was like not working with anyone, so he had to like do all his emotional bits by himself, and like he can't play off of anyone. So it was like really hard for him. And I saw like a documentary or like the behind the scenes things where he was like really stressed out about it because like it was really, really difficult for him to like be able to do stuff by himself.
Yeah, because he's so used to playing off of other people.
Yeah.
It's like a different art form, so to speak.
And it's kind of the same way for voice acting. Like, you don't really get that. You have to, like, basically look at... I mean, they watch the scenes as they do it, I think. And so they have to kind of, like, base their voice off of, like, what's happening in that.
What if the actors that can come over and, like, do really successful jobs as voice actors, it's like the difference between... You can compare it to, like, wrestlers, right? Who go to fight in the UFC and they dominate. So, like, the Brock Lesnars of the world. Maybe those are the Brock Lesnars. Like, they're not just good at pretending, they're good at pretending with their voices, too. And they could crush it over here.
I mean, a lot of actors are going to be good at that because of the variety of roles that they have to play.
Yeah.
And, you know, you're not just going to be using the same voice for every role you do. So...
Maybe it's like those transgender athletes, you know, like the dudes, the dude boxers who go into the women boxers like things, and they just tear it up.
Yeah.
That's what it's like.
Yeah, the most hilarious thing about that
is that it's allowed.
Yeah, well, that's funny. Yeah, too. And then the second funniest thing is that a lot of modern feminists they love it, and it's like.
Yeah, except for all the athletes fucking hate it, and they're like, "This is bullshit."
It's like wait. So the people that are pro-female are the most excited about men becoming females and dominating women. Like, wasn't that the whole idea in the beginning? Was that was not okay? And it's the same thing with oh my god, I saw it with when what's his name became what's her name, Caitlyn Jenner, right? A lot of people were like, "Oh, she's super beautiful," and I'm like, "Wow!" So men are even better at being beautiful, according to you feminist people. It's like you don't even know what you want.
Woman of the year,
yeah, woman of the year. It's like men can even be women better than it. Like, how is that acceptable? How is that acceptable to these feminists? Like, you should be irate at the idea that men can be better at being women than women can, but you love it. What the fuck is wrong with you? It's insane. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that fucking mind-boggling? It's like, oh, she's so strong. It's like, she's a man! She's the best you have to offer, and she's a man!
It's the whole point where you now have to believe 100% that Caitlyn Jenner is a woman. Caitlyn is a woman and nothing else. And so the fact that there was Bruce Jenner shouldn't actually ever... change the fact that Caitlyn's now a woman to you.
He wasn't satisfied being the pinnacle of man. He had to go to the other way, and now he's the pinnacle of woman, too. He's just like, I'm the ultimate being. It's That's really what it is. I'm on the Wheaties box as both genders because I am
Next
the
step
best.
is president.
Yeah. President, yeah. First female president. Oh, that'll be exciting.
First
That's what
female president and first trans president at
Yeah.
the same time.
And then it'll be a lot of people will love it. It'll be like that'll be the modern feminist movement. It's getting Caitlyn Jenner, the president, a man, to do the thing for the women. Like it's so contrarian to their whole Jesus Christ. Why'd you have to do that, Craig?
Oh, I mean,
What's the next game in the
comparison
list?
seems pretty.
What's the next game on the list? No, it is similar to that. That's true. Okay, so fresh indie game. I don't know what
indie
the
game.
fuck.
What the fuck does that mean?
I don't know.
Isn't that the games for impact section? Like, what is this?
Well, maybe they grab the games for impact and they feel them for like soft spots and like.
Okay, the fact that Untitled Goose Game didn't win is complete shit.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing that.
All right, so the fresh indie games are. Okay, hold on. What is this? Gris,
Disco
Elysium, My Friend Pedro, which was I think about bananas. Outer Wilds, Slay the Spire, and Untitled Goose Game.
Yeah, I remember seeing Untitled Goose Game and it looked really funny.
Yeah, it
I don't understand.
great.
Yeah, what does fresh indie game mean? It's like fresh,
Like-
not frozen. Or you like Wendy's? Like what? I don't.
I
What
think,
the fuck
I think
is
it's
that?
like fresh ideas.
Well, they're
or
all.
something.
It's an indie game. That's what an indie game is. It's a fresh idea.
My Friend Pedro is about like a fucking dictator banana. I think so. Like, what the fuck?
It's just indie.
So
indie
do they
game.
mean quirky indie game or
I think they mean.
game?
I think they
know.
mean indiest of indie.
I don't know what Disco
the
Elysium
most
is.
IPA
so.
of the genre.
Yeah, the most douchebag of the indie game.
Because the only
Nothing about
two that I've
Untitled
really
Goose
seen.
Game is douchebag though.
no,
It's just-
that's classy, and
I
of
mean,
course it lost.
It's basically like the goat simulator, just in a 2D thing.
Yeah.
with the goose.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's
Yeah,
fucking great.
Yeah.
Disco Elysium won the fresh indie game, the indie, the indiest of indie.
The indiest of
I'm
indies,
surprised they didn't give it to.
King of the indie games.
I'm surprised they didn't give it to Death Stranding just because of the fucking hipster indie bullshit I
Oh
have
my
to go
God,
through.
The fucking dude, that music is so.
It does the same thing that Red Dead 2 did, Cameron, but the music
Where
is
it like
annoying.
plays the music all the time, and like while you're just traveling.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But Red Dead 2 also lets you auto travel and just take in the environment, and this game does not. So that's a big. That's
I mean,
a big deal.
when you make a game about walking, you can't have you skip that part of the game.
It's, Red Dead was. I just love how they did it there. It's similar though. It's just like this weird music just kicks on. All the time.
But it's like
Where are
it's
the-
like weird indie rock music too.
Where are the animals? Like,
In Death Stranding?
Yeah.
They don't exist.
no animals?
Oh, that's
No.
true. There are no animals.
The only living creatures that are supposed to exist in Death Stranding are the people and these like crypto bait things, which are just like floaty bug things.
Yeah,
Although
that's-
there is like one trailer that
What
has
happened to 'em?
birds, which is really inconsistent, but it's the only time you see them.
What happened to the animals?
they got stranded.
They got fucking killed by the time fall.
Was it caused by human pollution? Do you now know what caused the time fall?
No.
I think the timefall is Monster Energy, and think about
actually,
it.
I do in a way, but
No, don't tell. Don't tell.
it's
You can tell me later because I'm not going to play.
You
Yeah,
can whisper
I'll
it into
tell
my
you
ear
later.
after post coitus. So what does it mean? I think it's Monster Energy falling from the sky, though. And hear me out. So one, everything's
It's
about.
not Monster Energy.
So Monster Energy is time in a can, right? Because it makes up for time, but it also advances time because by not sleeping because of the monster you drink, you age
Nah, dude,
faster. So time
Monster,
speeds up.
Monster is just a medicinal thing.
And in the game, and you collect rainwater, and it turns into Monster because your canteen is full
it doesn't
of
turn
Monster.
into Monster. It's just water.
It's Monster, though. When you drink it, it's like you can only drink Monster Energy, and you're led to believe that you get water, like it converts it in your little canteen, but the canteen only has Monster.
It doesn't when you run out of Monster.
I've never run out because it's Monster. Monster falls from the sky. It ages everything quickly because you don't sleep because of the monster. But so you don't sleep one night, and then you drink Monster, and then you don't sleep because of the monster. So
But
then
you
you
can
age
sleep whenever
faster.
you want, though,
You could rest.
and you can fall asleep.
But it doesn't work all the time. You got it.
But then
Yes, it
when
does.
you
It's
collect
the monster, Craig.
You can sleep whatever you want.
Well, you can, but
and not just in your private room. You could literally like fucking sit down, and then there's a button that says sleep.
It's not good sleep though.
It is good sleep.
No,
it
you
restores all your fucking health.
You don't get deep REM. It's not REM sleep,
And it restores
No
your
REM cycles.
energy.
No REM cycles. That's just you telling yourself that you're getting good sleep.
No, it's fucking. He gets good rest. It
All
restores
right,
his health
let's not
and
get
his
sidetracked
energy.
on this one again.
It's monster energy falling
Let's
from the
go.
sky, Craig.
It's not.
No, I know it is.
It's not.
And that's why animals can't handle it. It just blows their hearts up. It's too much.
No.
So, fresh indie game, Disco Elysium won. Don't know what that means. So, best game direction, Control, Death Stranding, Outer Wilds. The fuck? What is with this site? Resident Evil 2 and Sekiro.
Outer Wilds and Outer Worlds are two different games.
Oh, are they? Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Outer Wilds is an indie game.
So, that Resident Evil 2 and Sekiro Shadows Die Twice.
I can tell you right now, Death Stranding does not deserve that award. And
Yeah.
I will tell you why next week.
Yep. I don't know. So, Death Stranding did win it.
Which is horseshit.
Resi 2 has pretty good direction. I don't know if it's like outstanding.
Resi 2 has
though.
some pretty good direction.
Sekiro, I think, has pretty good.
I don't
too.
know about Control. Sekiro does have really good direction.
Sekiro is like
I don't-
different though. It's
I don't
not-
know why Outer Wilds was selected. I haven't played that one.
Yeah.
I don't know why any of the other big games weren't nominated for this. This is kind of weird.
Yeah.
That like an indie game won over like just some of the other ones like fucking Fire Emblem or The Outer Worlds or I don't know, fucking Astral Chain, like any of those. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a
Fucking
weird.
even Devil May Cry 5 would be a decent
Well, it's
one.
funny because it didn't even win, so like it wasn't that good of a fucking direction. Death Stranding did win, of course. I don't know how I feel about that.
I think it's because people suck Kojima's dick, and I literally believe it's because of the last chapter.
Jake said the game.
100% the last chapter is the only reason people like the game.
There's good stuff before it. I'm getting into some.
There's
pretty
good stuff
story
before it, but it's the,
I think
it's the clincher.
I think the story.
It's the clincher, and it's the thing that makes everybody forget about the previous
clincher.
35 hours.
I think it's a pretty good story, but the pacing is bad, and that's what direction is pacing. It's a big part of pacing.
It's fucking backloaded. It's Kingdom Hearts 3. Fucking Kingdom Hearts has no fucking story. It's a garbage-ass game, and it only has story in the last hour, and it's fucking 30 hours long. And it's all just boss fights.
Yeah.
Literally, the last fucking 2 hours of that game is boss fights. And it's not even individual ones. They're like, well, every cool boss fight we could have had throughout this game, we're just going to front load, and so you have to fight 3 of them at once, and then you're going to move on, and then you're going to have to fight 3 more at once, and then you're going to have to fight 3 more at once, and then you're going to have the really big boss fight, and then you're just going to forgive him.
And the funny thing
Spoiler!
how come that one wasn't nominated?
The guy is practically Satan, and then you're like, it's fine. You were just trying to be a good guy.
Yeah.
No, it's fucking shitty.
Well, that's not the one that won.
But that's not Death Stranding. Death Stranding is good in the last 5 hours of the game, but it does not make up for the previous 35.
Would have been a great 5 to 6 hour game.
Dude, if the game were half as long, it would be a really fucking good game.
I don't know how I feel about that being a fair statement, though. I think it's not the length; it's the
Dude,
pacing.
we'll talk about it next week.
I think pacing.
We'll talk
is-
about it next week.
I think
we'll
pace-
talk about it next week.
I think
We'll fucking talk about it next week, Schwartz.
I think we should move on. That's
Okay,
what I was trying to say.
we'll talk about it next week.
Yeah, we'll talk Game of the Year. We'll talk about Game of the Year next week. So, Game of the Year: Control, Death Stranding, Resident Evil 2, Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and The Outer Worlds. So, winner of that, Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice.
Wouldn't best game direction and game of the year kind of be the same thing?
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. It's hard
I
because
guess basically best direction would essentially say best story.
yeah,
Although they have another one for that.
it's all kind of like masturbatory, right? It's all just
A
ridiculous.
little bit,
They all
yeah.
leak into each other. But Sekiro won, very worth it. I think.
I'm okay with that.
My top 2 games are on this list for this year so far, and I think Sekiro is the top of my list so far this year. I haven't finished.
Sekiro's fantastic.
Yeah, it's a fucking great game, and I think it's easily the best Soulsborne game they've ever done, and it has a good story.
I think Smash Bros. Being on the list is a little cop-outish just because they have the cutoff, but...
Yeah. Well, I mean, Smash Bros. Everyone likes to suck off Smash Bros. Too, so it's not just.
I mean, I like
Kojima.
Smash Bros., but I also have some serious problems with Smash Bros.
Yeah, so I'm very happy that Sekiro won it. I think it is the best game this year. I think it's.
Oh man, Baba Is You was nominated for Best Indie Game.
Yeah. So we have
See
some
that,
other.
Cam? Fucking Baba Is You. Baba is Cam.
Yeah. So best indie game. Baba Is You, Disco Elysium, Katana Zero, Outer Wilds, Untitled Goose Game, Disco Elysium again. Even though they've said best indie game,
that thing won
6
like
times.
the most awards so far.
Yeah, it is kind of the ultimate game from the year according to this fucking list.
How did that not win Game of the Year if it won like 5 other awards?
Well, it's only the best indie game of the year, is why.
Yes, that's still a game.
Yeah, not enough of a game, clearly. Baba Is You, though, I wish we would have jumped on that. I feel like the time is gone. It's coming past for Baba.
We can no longer be Baba.
Baba is time.
Baba is not us. That's the thing. So, best RPG: Disco Elysium, Final Fantasy XIV, Kingdom Hearts 3, Monster Hunter World, Iceborne, and the Outer Worlds.
Okay, Monster Hunter Iceborne is a fucking DLC and should not count.
They've been doing that though. They've been.
I don't know why they count DLCs as separate things because they're not.
Well, Final Fantasy XIV it's a DLC too, but that's still an RPG that's ongoing, so it's difficult.
It's an
to
ongoing.
classify.
I wouldn't count it. I would make another section for MMOs and put that in there.
Well, they made the best ongoing game, and that was part of it. So I think that's
best
probably...
ongoing game could also be like other games as a service, which would be like any major shooter that continues past the year that it's released in.
Yeah, so Fortnite and stuff. Yeah, that's why those were in there.
That would make sense, but like MMOs are completely different.
They could have a best MMO category easily.
Yeah, and it would make sense for Final Fantasy XIV to be in that, especially with like the continuations of the DLCs. But fucking adding a DLC as like part of a major thing, like best RPG, like how fucking bullshit would it be if somebody's fucking like 20-minute DLC fucking beats out a full-on RPG?
Yeah,
I mean, Iceborne is supposed to be pretty sweet for Monster Hunter, but my god, it's not a new game. It is the same game, it's just added on to stuff.
Yeah.
Like they didn't... I don't know, I don't fucking like that.
I think it is kind of a cheap ad. It's kind of bullshit. But best RPG went to Disco Elysium as well.
Okay, you know what? That is really disappointing that the Outer Worlds has not won a damn thing because this is a fucking great game. I haven't played or seen anything about Disco Elysium, but I find it really hard to believe that it could beat out the Outer Worlds.
You never know. So, best action adventure game, we have Borderlands 3, Control, Death Stranding, Resident Evil 2 Remake. It's funny that's the only time they said remake. Legend of Zelda, Link's Awakening, and Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. Sekiro takes it. That doesn't surprise me at all.
No, it doesn't surprise me either. If it won Game of the Year, then obviously
it's gonna win the best of its category.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great game.
Also, best RPG would have been a better place to put Astral Chain than fucking in the action game section.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah.
I haven't played that one, so...
It's definitely an action RPG.
They have some weird ones. Best community support, Apex, Destiny, Final Fantasy XIV, Fortnite, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege. Destiny 2 got this one. I don't know how you classify that. Like, who are you giving the award to?
Well, community support, I guess those who listen best to their, community around the game. And then
that's kind of weird that Final Fantasy XIV or Fortnite wouldn't have won that specific thing then.
Fortnite probably was close.
Because Fortnite has a lot of fucking support from the community. Otherwise, it wouldn't be one of the.
But it's not just that. But there's
support,
constant updates to Fortnite. Like constantly, they're adding new stuff, new modes. Like there's every week there's something new in Fortnite, almost type of thing.
Yeah, I think that's 14, and 14 is a little more.
I still just don't know how they like qualify that.
I don't know. That's why these are kind of the bullshit ones. Well, this one is at least. Best score in music, we had Cadence of Hyrule, Death Stranding, Devil May Cry 5, Kingdom Hearts 3, and Sayonara Wild Hearts.
My choice would be Devil May Cry 5, and it should be everyone's for that, because Death Stranding is shit, and so is Kingdom Hearts.
Death Stranding.
Fuck everyone who likes Kingdom Hearts music, because it's not good. None of it.
Craig, you're making it harder and harder to love you. It's for the audience members.
I'm sorry, but it's not fucking good. Like fucking Sanctuary is not a good song.
Jesus
all right,
Christ.
That's what it sounds like, and it's awful. And that's what every fucking major Kingdom Hearts song is, and that's what everybody bases the entire soundtrack off of. They're not just like, oh, the whole thing is good. It's like, no, there's one really big song that comes out of that fucking game that's supposed to be its theme, and that's what everybody fucking jerks their dick to, and I hate it.
Well, what's Death Stranding? What's the problem with that one?
Death Stranding's just fucking bullshit indie rock that it plays like all the time.
Yeah, but I'd say the soundtrack itself is really good outside of that.
What?
Like the sound, the soundtrack without the music, it's pretty good. It's not. I don't know if it's
it's all right, but that's still part of the music.
It's like Resi 2.
That's like fucking half of it. It's like that. Those songs are like its thing.
Yeah, Low Roar.
It even ends on one of them.
Oh my god, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. And it doesn't work as well as Red Dead 2 either, which Red Dead 2 was kind of awkward too, right? With the music when it would kick in.
Yeah, that one was also really weird where it would just like kick in the music for like more emotional impact. Even though literally all it was is like, here, we're going to make you run across the fucking map for like 20 minutes, so listen to this fucking extended song.
Yeah, I think they did a better job than Death Stranding does, though.
They did, but it's still like the same
it's the
concept.
Same idea, yeah. It doesn't
Except for instead of like interacting with the world still, you're just watching it happen.
Yeah, I kind of like that.
So it feels more like a cutscene.
I kind of like it more.
Running around.
I kind of like it more in Red Dead 2, though, which is weird because it's less of a game. It's just
but you can end it faster in Death Stranding because like it kicks up like right when you're next to your goal.
That's true.
Usually.
That's true.
So you can get to your goal and then it just is over.
But I don't know. Red Dead 2, it gave you that reflection time near the end. I thought that was really cool. I don't know if I like the music. It
actually didn't give you the reflection time.
Well, it didn't because I ran into a fucking train. And
well, no, not
it was so funny because like the theme song was
end.
like it's like super emotional.
Well, like that last part where he's writing, yeah, there's that. But like what the part where it really should have given you some reflection time is like when like he's dead and he's like looking at the sunset, and then it plays some music, and then it like immediately goes into you being John like a year later or whatever, and it's like. Really? You're not gonna give credits right there to like fucking reflect on that shit?
Well, I think I don't know. I thought it was hilarious because like the super like emotional song was playing as I'm riding my horse across the entire fucking earth in that part, and then I slammed into like another a train or something. Like I was doing an auto run, and I was like, "Man, this is deep. This is getting." And I was just like, my guy like slams off of his horse, like flies like 10 feet, lands super hard. No, it kept going. Yeah,
you should have clipped that. That's
it's like I think funny. I might have. I don't know if I tweeted it though. It's like reflect on this, and I just get fucking owned. And it's like remember when this happened all the time. A true reflection point in the video game was that ending.
Oh God,
Red Dead 2. And it does get it's got bad pacing because of the way they broke it up. Yeah. I think they should have ended it there, but they don't. Maybe just had John kick off and then I don't know.
After credits and then having him kick
that
off
whole
would
last
make a lot
part of the
more
game
sense.
was the reflection time is the whole last
John.
portion. Yeah.
Well, I mean, but there's no space between like his death and then just watching the sunset and then immediately starting up with John. There's like a minute of just like the song as he's dying, and then it's like, oh, okay, now it's John.
Yeah, spoilers if you haven't.
And then it's like the slowest motherfucking thing in the world of him just driving that fucking cart to the town for like 5 minutes, and it's shit. All right, that's shit. Especially after that emotional ending, and then it's like, okay, now here's 5 minutes of fucking slow ass time.
Really wanted to be John though
until they got to John, and then I was like, I don't want to be this guy.
Arthur Morgan's so much better than John.
You play 2 more hours of just the slowest shit, and then it's like, okay, now it's back to the actual game.
I mean, don't get me wrong, Red Dead Redemption is amazing game. But I don't know. I feel like I like Arthur Morgan more.
I do too,
what he goes through.
And I think what you get at the end of that game, like the whole game of Red Dead 2, I was like, I wish I was playing as John. And then when I finally played as John, I was like, I wish I was playing as Arthur right now. Like, I think he's kind of the better character. I don't know if his redemption is as powerful per se, but I do like him more as a character. And that's how that game went for me.
I think I like the first one better.
Well, the first game might be better. I don't know. I haven't come to terms with which one. They're both better than Red Dead Revolver, even though that game is still pretty sweet
Revolver.
too. It's totally different, but yeah, that's kind of how Death Stranding comes to mind. It like reminds me of that like big long hipster bullshit.
This next section is probably the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
Best esports coach.
Who the fuck coaches esports?
You'd be surprised.
You gotta have leadership and structure to your...
So being a part of an esports team is huge. It's not just like something you do. It's like they actually have sponsors now, and yes, they'll have coaches who coach practice sessions and stuff like that.
And they practice
who to rotate players and when to put players in who are better at one role.
You
got to
work on your APM, man. Got to get those actions per minute up.
Yeah, that's true.
No, it's very true.
That's
so
how it is.
Stupid.
And it's coaching them constantly of what to be aware of and where to go. And then like so and so is really good at Doomfist, and it looks like you will need to switch.
But if you fucking
for.
got a team, then you can like your friends can do that same shit. You don't need a fucking coach. That's so stupid. The whole concept of that is fucking stupid.
No, it's
and
because
I hate how they always use they don't use their real names. It's always their fucking player names.
Well, this guy could be named Adrian and Kane. Grabs is probably not
That's
real.
Definitely not a real name.
Kakoma, that guy could be an islander. He could be like a Pacific Islander. Kakoma. I don't know if they'd spell it that way.
I don't know if they do it double K.
Yeah. I don't think they'd ever do that.
No, it would be a K apostrophe K.
Yeah, exactly. Sakshka, that could be some Ruski, right? That could be a deeply Russian. Yeah. And then Zonic, that one, that sounds like a gender.
Oh, that's
actually.
a C? I thought that was an E. I thought that said Zoni.
Zonic sounds like one of the new genders, right? And so that one's probably not real.
It sounds like somebody who's a Sonic furry.
Sakshka. That also sounds fake. It sounds too much. You know what I mean? It's too Russian for its own good.
Right.
That is a bullshit category, though.
Best esports event 2019 Overwatch League Finals, Evo 2019, Fortnite World Cup. That's stupid.
World Cup?
What is that?
IEM Katowice 2019 League of Legends World Championship.
The international.
Yeah, this one's an easy one.
Mine
League of
would be
Legends.
Evo. Just because, like, I watch fighting games more. But.
Yeah. League of Legends World Championship. This kind of goes hand in hand with the best esports game. I mean, and that's League. Yeah. So it's going to have they have the best esports host.
God, that's just as stupid. Fucking hell.
Yeah. It's jokes. Machine, Red Eye, Golden Boy, and Candace. It's like, I'm just Candace, just my name.
I prefer that name to all of those other ones.
Jokes.
Silks.
Best esports team, Astralis, G2 Esports. God, that's a shitty name. OG, San Francisco Shock, Team Liquid.
Should have been San Francisco Shockers. And they're
the most original name out of that is fucking Astralis.
Yeah. It went to G2 Esports. No idea what that is. Best fighting game is the last category here.
We got Dead or Alive 6, Jump Force, Mortal Kombat 11, Samurai Showdown, and Super Smash Bros.
What would you give it to, Greg? You're the expert in this. Well, not that you played all of those.
The only ones that I've played are Jump Force, Mortal Kombat 11, and Smash Bros. And out of those, I would give it to Smash Bros. But
really? I thought Mortal Kombat 11 was pretty good.
No, it's not. It's low tier.
Not compared to how polished and how well received Super Smash Bros. Always is.
Well, I mean, Smash Bros. Is just fun. It's way more fun than Mortal Kombat 11.
Yeah.
I think I would give it to Samurai Showdown though. If I played it,
I haven't played it, so I don't know.
Well, I mean, I've played the others. I've played other Samurai Showdown games, and if it's like anything like those ones, I would definitely give it to those to that one.
Yeah.
I just haven't bought it yet.
Well, that's all the categories, so I don't know. These award shows, like, I just don't really make time for it anymore. I barely made time for E3. That was like a challenge. I had to like force myself to sit down and watch what little of E3 that I did watch. I don't know if I'm really into it. You know what I mean? Like, I know we run a video game podcast, but none of us really seek out video game information, you know?
No.
I mean, I used to, but I don't know,
There's just not enough time, I think.
I mean, I also used to watch E3 and those other things, but they're always coming on like right when I'm going to work and stuff now. So just like I'll watch it later, and then I just like never end up doing it.
And then I think having a podcast makes it easier to not do it, because then people will tell you. They'll like tag you on Twitter and stuff, and that's where I get a lot of my stuff. Is people saying, "Hey,"
and then it's also easier because like people have already written up stuff about it, so you can see like all the stuff that was announced and whatever.
Yeah,
in
and it's
one spot.
Yeah,
in a really quick list,
more compacted, and it doesn't take 3 hours of your life. You know. Because we already played.
I mean, I do like the presentations when I see them, but
yeah, like when the Sony's God of War announcement year, that was amazing. Like that was a piece of art, you know.
Yeah.
But like, they don't do that. First of all, they don't do that to the same extent, or at least haven't for a while. And then also, it's just I just don't know. I don't know if I really have time, you know. And it's priorities have changed, and I like how we have it now, where you guys kind of tell us when things happen, and then we get to be excited later.
Yeah, we like it when you guys do the work and we just get a podcast.
Exactly. We just get to fuck around for 2.5 hours a week. And that's kind of that. That's what life is.
It's
Everyone
just
else
fucking around for
it's just
2.5
fucking
hours.
around for
You know
2.5 hours a week.
What is best in life?
Yeah. Fucking around for 2.5 hours. The lamentation of the listeners.
I need to bring you that movie, Game.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah. Have you still not seen it?
No.
I think it's on our... Do we have it on Vudu?
I don't think so.
I have it here. It's a DVD, but...
I have the Blu-ray, and obviously you're going to want to see Conan in a much clearer picture.
I don't know if it's much clearer.
Much clearer picture.
You want to see his
DVD,
body.
sandpaper to my eyes.
You gotta fucking see Arnold when he was at his best.
Yeah,
in his first movie.
That's right. Was that his first movie?
I think it was. Yeah.
Holy shit, man, that is a large human being. It's like ridiculous.
Dude, yeah, he's fucking huge in that movie.
I don't even think The Rock is... I don't know if he's not even as ripped as... Yeah, no way. That's like... that. Man, he just makes everyone else look pathetic. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous.
He's fucking huge.
He was Mr. Universe for how many times in a row?
Dude, he was Mr. Universe in that movie.
That's true, yeah. That is true. It's that wheel of pain, man. You push that wheel of pain and you get fucking built.
That's true.
I don't know how he pushed it.
One of the opening scenes is him on the wheel of pain.
As a child, and then he's older, yeah. And I'm like, how does he do that? How does he make it a full body workout? He's like, today I will focus on the glutes on the wheel of pain. And he like has a different way of standing, so that it's like a glute day, you know, like leg day, shoulder day for wheel of pain. Like you have to hold your body in a certain way to work out.
If that's any indication, I'm really glad that we haven't been able to capture Conan and put him on a wheel of pain, because it would just take years.
Yeah, it's like, fuck, this guy just will not break.
What if it's like that's the secret ending of the game too, that you finally broke?
We just gotta
Conan.
like fucking break Conan.
But it just like it's like he keeps escaping the wheel of pain. You have to keep getting him back.
Yeah,
in one of the books he gets fucking crucified and he totally lives.
Yeah, it's pretty. That's a great one. That's a really good one.
Yeah, it is.
I like the book itself too. The book at the end is really good.
Yeah,
the second to last story in that Tales. That's a good audiobook if you want to go there, Cameron. That's a good
definitely.
one.
I'm planning on it soon.
It's like 35 hours of content, so you'll have a while. Yeah, cool. So I guess we can. I don't know. We don't really have a whole lot of time to talk about the logo, but do you want to?
I mean, we can.
Yeah, I mean, we can just briefly describe it. So Arnold Schwarzenegger was Mr. Olympia from 1970 to 1975, and that was overall. And then in 1975, he was just the heavyweight.
Oh, okay.
No, so he won heavyweight, but then overall it was 1970 to 1975.
All right. Well, let's talk about 2020's Nude Clan logo. So my ideas have centered around Conan Exiles, obviously, And to me, what I was thinking about having was, at first it was me as the taskmaster on the Wheel of Pain, and then you two pushing the Wheel of Pain, and then also some sort of manifestation of the listeners pushing the Wheel of Pain because of how much Conan Exiles talk they have to suffer through. And that is their Wheel of Pain.
I don't want our new logo to just be about.
This is a fucking logo. You got to make it tighter than that.
Right.
That's pretty fucking tight, man.
But
No, I'm not. You're obviously not getting it. The scale needs to be much smaller
well,
than the description that you're giving.
I'm not talking
now.
about a greater Wheel of Pain here. I'm talking about the lesser Wheel of Pain.
I was
You're
thinking
talking about 2 wheels of pain. One for us, and then another for the listeners.
No, they're all. You guys are just pushing on the wheel. There's like some sort of manifestation of the listener, you and Cameron pushing the wheel. And then I thought, even better, Craig is the one on the wheel because he's King Hog, and I'm pushing it with the ball gag in my mouth because I love it.
But I was thinking of maybe giving different video game representations, just because we don't want. It's not all about Conan here. So put Schweiss on the fucking Wheel of Pain where he belongs. And then an idea of me maybe being in one of the Surge exosuits, getting attached to me in a brutal way, and then finding another game for Craig where he's being made a slave of something
or just any game
because we're becoming slaves of these games. Yeah,
just don't have Craig at all because Craig just doesn't play the games that he's supposed to play. That's what you could do. Find some way to represent Craig pussing out in the logo. That's what this.
Cuphead's cup, but no, it'd be like being made a slave of something.
2 cups, one Craig.
Yeah, so Schweiss is a slave. Schweiss is a slave on the wheel. I'm, being turned into a piece of property for some corporation in an exosuit, and then Craig has to have something.
Are you saying the LLC is crushing you? So difficult.
No, but that's the whole point of the Surge. Is like you basically sell your life to this corporation who turns you into,
killing machine.
Not a killing machine. You're just like either a construction worker or like a tech support dude, but you're all wearing these exosuits all the time to help you assist with the work you're doing.
Oh, okay. I have no idea what that game's about. So,
well, you should play it. It's fantastic. You should beat it so we can review it.
I do own it.
I loved it. Like I don't know what the reviews are really like, but I really do like it. It satisfied my Souls need where it wasn't as hard as Souls, but you still had to be like perfect in what you did. And then
it had that cool mechanic of like cutting
stuff,
off certain bits and going after certain limbs.
Yeah,
Nice.
so you need X amount of parts to upgrade something too as you go around. When you first play through it and you want to get unlock a new piece of armor, you have to specifically cut it off someone who's wearing it, and so you can target a piece of armor to cut that
upgrade
off.
the mini,
but you
the
could
Mighty
also
Mass thing the whole time.
Target pieces of armor that are weaker and more
more susceptible to damage.
Yeah.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
But if you do that, then you might you risk losing a piece of armor you might need by not cutting it off.
That's cool. That kind of combines old fighting styles. I mean, like the whole night thing. You just basically beat each other until one of you is too tired, and then you just go in and kill in between the armor.
I mean, part of the knights
right?
fighting each other was a little bit more like judo and stuff like that, trying to get the other dude on the ground.
Yeah.
And then while
then
he's
kill and
more
strike.
defenseless, trying to knife him in the face.
Yeah,
that's why their swords
Or
were
in the armpit.
blunted, so
Yeah,
they could dent the armor and then stab him with the tip.
Yeah.
'cause
yeah. You basically just have to beat the shit out of the other person until they're too tired to stop you from killing them.
yeah.
And the dent in the armor does make it weak. Yeah. So that's kind of like a weird modern version of that. With how that sounds. It's something Horizon Zero Dawn kind of toyed with a little bit. Just a little, though. No, they did I think they did an okay job of it. Breaking off armor and then hitting weaker spots. Horizon, though, most of the guys are pretty killable.
That's mostly for knocking off their weapons so you can stop them from killing you instantly.
Doing that to the T-Rexes, the two
Because
T-Rexes
you get those explosive arrows that go after their armor bits instead of their health.
Yeah, that was so fun though, killing the two T-Rexes. Once you got it down, you could just slaughter both of them. Just harvest the XP. So that's one of the ideas. What did you have, Greg? What was your?
I had a couple. One was one of those rapper. Album covers where they got their fist out, and then it's got one of those bling ring things that cover their whole fist, like the diamond ones that say something.
And then the two fists together say nude clan.
Well, yeah, essentially. And then it's like hog hoofs holding those out, and then it says nude clan. And then like maybe a parental advisory thing down in the corner.
I think that's a cool design.
I really like the parental advisory thing.
Yeah, I think we need to have that added.
And then the other one was like that. The Beatles album cover where they're like crossing the street, but each of us is like dressed as a different video game character. Maybe we're just hogs as well.
Yeah, I think that's been done like a million times though. Abbey Road parodies. Yeah. That still could be cool though.
But I mean, like, or like the other one I had was another one that was basically the same thing where we're dressed as like video game characters, but it was like an Avengers cover.
Oh, okay.
Like a movie thing.
Yeah, like a Star Wars cover.
Yeah, something like that. We're all dressed as different video game characters.
That could be kind of cool. I don't know. What do you guys like?
I mostly really want Schweiss to be like Sam from Death Stranding with the BB.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also had another idea where it was just like
the BB.
I had another one where it was just Death Stranding for all of us, where Schweiss was Sam.
Since you actually beat Death Stranding, it's you as Norman Reedus and Schweiss as your BB.
It wouldn't. No. See, what I had in mind was like Schweiss would be Sam, I would be Deadman, and then Cam would be like Hartman or Die Hardman.
This means nothing to me.
Well, they're like two other characters. There's only like 4 characters.
Well, I don't want to make.
He could also be Mads Mikkelsen.
I don't want Death Stranding to be our logo because not only one of us has beaten it, and no one, and you didn't even care for it.
I think it would still be a sweet cover, though.
I'm leaning kind of towards Craig's like ring thing. That seems like kind of a fun idea.
Yeah.
That or I love the Wheel of Pain idea too because it's like it's so true of like all that we do. It's like we play these things that we don't want to.
One game.
It's not all about one game. The Wheel of Pain is a metaphor, Cameron. That's why it is one game, but it's about life itself. So like it totally works. It's like it's just the best representation we have for the grind that is living. That's all. And it might come from Conan Exiles. It might not. It happens too. That doesn't mean it's all about Conan Exiles. It's about everything, Cameron. That's why I think it's a great one size fits all. But I like the ring thing. That's pretty fun.
Yeah,
I think that's pretty doable. I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, I like it, but I do want to incorporate video games in it somehow. Because if it's just an album art cover, it's not going to like be descriptive of what we do.
Maybe I'll present that to Stolas and tell him to add gaming somehow and see what he comes up with.
Okay.
I like the like two fists.
The ring could be shaped as like a controller or something.
Yeah, maybe. I'll pose this idea to him. I think we should go with that. 2 hands, nude on one and clan on the other.
Or like he was saying, it could just be nude on the ring, and then clan just in bold lettering down at the bottom. It'd be more like Elmart to do it like that.
Oh, you think so?
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Just that big old clan.
And then we can have... I'll just have him try to incorporate games in there somehow.
Because if we had bling, we wouldn't have bling. We would not have
we wouldn't
a
have
ring.
bling, right?
We wouldn't have a ring that all it said was clan. So if we were to ever get swag or bling, it would definitely say nude. We would never just have clan.
Well, I mean, they're kind of like more like they're more like blinged out brass knuckles. So I mean, you'd have brass knuckles where one says fucking nude, the other says clan.
But you don't want someone seeing your clan ring.
Yeah, that's something you got to hide. That's like someone seeing your hood. You don't want them to see your hood. You got to keep that in the top shelf.
You could have them see your nude ring, but you don't want them to see your clan ring.
Yeah, that's got a very different meaning.
The guy wearing the nude clan fucking things is just dressed as the Ku Klux Klan. It's got the white sheet and everything.
No, we're not doing that.
I kind of love
the
it.
Grand
but
Wizard.
I don't know if we could get away with that.
We're not South Park. We can't get away with that
Yeah, we're not
How
funny
are we
enough
not
yet.
South Park?
because we're not funny enough, and we don't have
That's
enough
true.
money.
We're not.
Yeah, we don't have either
We're
of
not
those.
satirical enough.
Yeah. We're working on it. I think we're getting better.
I think we're racist enough though to pull it off.
Well, definitely we're racist enough. We know that. We all have the hoods. It's just a matter of putting it on the artwork, right?
No, we don't. We do not.
No, that's the Abbey Road cover we needed.
All three of us with the Ku Klux Klan hoods.
And all it says is Klan, but with a K.
No.
Klan Road. That's our final
Oh
season.
my god, the Caleb Klan.
It's not Ku Klux, it's Caleb. Oh, the Caleb and Caleb clan. The White Hoods was just happenstance. We didn't know. It was
That's why we're not C Caleb's.
yeah, exactly. So we can't be.
Can't make a clan with C Caleb's.
Can't have the clan if you're a C Caleb. No, you're not man enough. Oh, that's fucking good. The Caleb clan. That'll be the whenever we decide that we're gonna end the show, we'll have to do that as our logo for like however much longer we have left. It's the super fucked up logo. With like us crossing the road with the torches and the pitchforks in our hands. Possibly a person of color fleeing from us if we want to take it to the extreme. If not, I mean, it's already pretty fucking extreme.
Oh, that's how it would be, though. It'd be like you and me, like, as like the back two on the Abbey Road, and then there'd be like one guy in the front as like a black dude running away.
Yeah.
As we're just walking up to it with torches.
And that's how we go out as podcasters. We go out in flames, just fucking
Just make it
self-destruct.
fucking horrible.
Yeah, we just destroy any
We just
potential.
try to be as offensive as possible.
Yeah, that's how we'll have to end it.
That's perfect.
We're only a taste, a minute taste of what's to come.
Of what we could.
Just give us another couple years, and you'll see the teeming destruction beneath. Then it'll all come around. That's man, that's a great idea, Greg. I like that. That's one of those
It's
ideas
terrible,
that's so
guys.
good we should never do it because it'd be so good that people wouldn't know how to
That
react.
We couldn't surpass it.
Yeah, well,
There's a certain level of like, I don't know.
people wouldn't.
Before you can do satire that edgy, you have to. I don't know. There has to be something that happens first.
You have to establish yourself first.
Yeah.
And we haven't done that yet. That's why it's
we
a few
have to
years
get a black
out.
guy on the show before we can do that.
Yeah, that's why it's a few years out because we don't have any of those resources available.
we certainly don't.
Yeah, resources.
The resources. That's all it is. They're just not capable of doing it. It's,
Oh no. Fuck.
okay, your future just burst into
Trying to
flames.
rein it in, and I just can't.
You made it worse.
I did not the one who said it. I just fucking. It was-
You gave him the idea.
no, you gave him the idea.
I did not.
You're the one who said it. We don't have a. I said we can't do satire like that because you're like we have to have a black guy on the show first, and that's what led him to say that.
I was thinking more of the comedic resources, but that works too, I guess. It's not
say
as-
it like right after the black guy.
yeah. That's we're edging nearer and nearer to that tipping point there.
We should stick to more game reviews.
Well, I mean, this is the logo. It's a logo for a game review show. I don't know. Do you guys think After Dark's logo should just stay the same?
I mean,
Do we have a separate one for After Dark?
Yeah, remember it's like the. Have you not seen it?
Oh, I don't think so.
We can consider it, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure, Caleb, but you've had to have seen it.
You sure? I honestly don't remember. I didn't think we had a separate one.
Yeah, it's this here.
Well,
If it'll ever load up.
Yeah, that one.
Oh,
that's right. I totally forgot that existed. Have we even used that? I feel like we haven't.
I've used it a couple times as for the After Dark logo. It's something you should probably forget about. I mean, to be completely honest.
Oh, I totally know the picture he got my my pose from. Too.
Yeah. It's pretty perfect. But all right, I think that's it for us this week. I don't have anything else. I think we're already in a deep enough hole.
I think we're good, yeah.
So thanks, guys, for hanging out, and let's do some of that there Hog League. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Hog League. Week 12 results. This week's matchup, guys, the Sweatmeisters against the Step Motherfuckers. The Dukes of Death against the Most Offensives. That doesn't count against Dave for last place. Medunica's Heroes against Abrak cracking that whip. Romagers Rompers against Chase's place. Step Motherfuckers crush my Svetmeisters 1227 to 127. So 1100 point victory. Top Step Motherfucker, Angry Ass Black Dude as always. Top Sweatmeister, True Hoax. Dukes of Death take out Most Offensives 367 to 347. Top Duke, Deathwife, top Most Offensive, Player by Nature. Doesn't count. Fall to A for last place by 1 point. 312 to 311. Top A4, Bob Urtis. Top Doesn't Count, Jacob himself. Matunica's Heroes take out Abrak and his whip cracking ways. 331 to 320. Top Hero, Porcupine Racer. Top Whip, Alleg. Romagers Rompers annihilate Chase's place. 323 to 7 points. Top Romper, Simon Parker. Top and only Chase, Kingzilla. Congratulations, guys. There's some pretty good rounds in there. Pretty good matchups. Very close games. Super exciting, right? Week 13, let's go Schweiss's Sweatmeisters against Matunica's Heroes. Step Motherfuckers against the Dozen Counts. Most Offensives against Chase's Place. Abrak cracks the whip. Romagers Romper. Dukes of Death. A for last place. So, guys, get in. Get your hog. It's going to be a good time. We're going to do... I think we're going to start the next year off, and that's when we'll start doing the playoffs, because it's a little too late. I probably should have started it like a week ago to make it finish right at the end of the year. So keep coming in. Keep logging your hog. Get it all logged before the end of the year, because we're going to do a reset on January 1st, so that the new year, the 2020 Hogib points can be calculated. So, guys, thank you so much for listening this week. Get in, log your hog. Until next time, guys, as always, live always in the nude.
Yeah!